Oh, it's under crew gear. Plasma cutters, a nano assembler, a stock of metal and electrical components of forge, anything required to build, modify, or disassemble complex machines adds +1 quality to craft rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, makes crafting better.
I'm cool to go with the majority, or whatever everybody wants. I got my science base, so I'm like, the ship's all you. Whatever you want to do your thing.
We think ground vehicles then for
the
other one.
I mean, ground vehicles works.
Cool. We have 2 more. We have 1 more advance. That was 1 advance. We have 1 more advance that we can spend either on a special ability or on the upgrades and ship type of thing.
Unrelated question, but it's one that I've had in the back of my mind. The crew quality and stuff. If we upgrade that, or even just upgrade the ship, do we add more NPCs on as crew?
Possibly. Not automatically, and not necessarily.
Because crew quality is technically also us.
Yeah. And crew quality is just like our standard of living in there. Is there anything we do to raise that? Like as far as advancements go, like is it?
We should.
Does any of this raise that up?
You can spend your advancement to increase your crew quality, but to advance your crew quality, you also have to spend creds equal to 4 times the new crew quality.
I have a.
Okay.
It's like increasing your tier.
We should do though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like we should definitely get a shuttle.
Oh yeah, we did talk about the shuttle too originally.
Because we brought it up before, and I was looking around, and I was like, "Ooh, we should probably do that. That would be very helpful."
We did bring that up and how it would have been useful at one point.
Yeah. So we could do that and then get another like ship upgrade or whatever. There we go. Yeah, I'd be down with getting a shuttle and then something else. Depending on what it is. Sorry.
What else can we pick from?
Okay, so if we choose a shuttle, we've got smuggler, because it would have to be 1. So smuggler's rigging, we can get an AI module, an armory, a brig, a medical bay, prowess training, resolve training, personal training, any of the ship gear stuff, because we haven't selected any of that except for the shuttle, and then an alien pet, a recon drone, survival gear, workshop. Or we could put points into the actual ship, so like hull, engines, comms, or weapons.
I wouldn't mind resolve training or prowess training. My bad.
Prowess training?
Yeah, we're all kind of lacking in some prowess. That could help too.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I also feel like we might want to go with another pip and weapons, only because we only have the mining drill currently, and that's kind of really hurting us.
Yeah,
I mean, we haven't been fighting shit, so
no. But
we had the potential to fight shit multiple times though, and we just had to basically run.
Yeah,
because we haven't had anything to do. So
yeah,
so
probably
for the best, really.
Yeah, we could put another and then get another weapon eventually. So yeah, if we want to do shuttle and weapons,
can you do me a favor and get my
prowess.
coffee out of the bathroom? I totally forgot it.
Yeah, if we want to do,
I just left it there so that I can move my stuff.
Glorious bathroom coffee. If we want to do shuttle and weapons or shuttle and prowess, both are. I'm fine with both.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so
either is fine by me as well.
Okay.
There's one problem.
What?
So I was pulling up the advancement rules, and increasing one of the ship qualities, like bringing the hull up to 3, that's your whole advance.
Oh, okay.
You get 2 of the boxes down below, so you could do that plus the shuttle plus the car.
We could do we could do. Yeah, we could do ground vehicles and shuttle, and then increasing hull is what you're telling us.
Right.
Okay. Are people good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like it's the best.
Covers all the bases we were interested in.
Excellent. Then we'll do that.
Cool.
Hi everybody, we're doing advancement things.
Picking up where we left off last week.
Doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Paperwork, yes, of course. Okay, so last week, triage was left behind in a shopping flurry, which may have or may not have involved drugs. We're just not going to ask. And we discovered that a floating sentient cloud was on the ship named Ova.
Wow.
And Iwaz has convinced the crew to help it get home, or at the very least stop dissipating in this universe, since apparently it has been pulled over in a tragic cross-dimensional accident. But luckily, we can do a flashback to this that definitely totally happened. When they were trapped in the Way Creatures space bubble, time-space bubble thing, Ewas was able to hold back the beast long enough for them to get away, and hitched a ride with them because of that. They met up with Lax, who was a strange alien, and found out that Iwas had actually been trapped in that weird subspace bubble for like almost 100 years. But time works differently in that weird subspace bubble. So for it was more like 5 weeks. And the rest of the crew experienced what had felt like hours was really mere minutes of time in real space. So whatever time fuckery is happening in there, it goes both directions. Also, you should probably avoid, weird subspace bubbles that have time fuckery. Just saying.
Next time we'll do it.
Definitely good advice.
Just time fuckery. Regular fuckery is fine.
That's true, yes.
I mean,
considering your vice.
Yeah. So you all had agreed to help out in exchange for some money. And you picked up Lax, and she has agreed to give you some money. She gave you guys 6 cred last time in exchange for having reunited them. And then wants a ride into the Holt system because she knows some people who she thinks can help. And she tells Iwas that the artifact that she used originally to bring it over, she no longer has it, but she knows who does. So she's a little bit cagey about it, but she says that it's with her friends, but suspicious.
Suitably
Seems
suspicious.
legit.
Yeah.
There's it's face knows it's not a lie.
Hey, look,
that doesn't make it any less shady, is what I'm saying.
So I think I'm gonna try for a sway and be like, so who are these friends? Because I'm a bit concerned.
I don't know why.
Press X to doubt.
Yeah, I mean, she's being cagey about it, so go ahead and roll.
Controlled, I assume?
Yeah, this is not gonna end. The worst this is gonna happen is like, oh yeah, I don't even need to say, it doesn't matter. The worst that could happen is now it doesn't matter.
Sorry.
So she says, I'm not the only one who has communed with way creatures from other places. I have some other friends. And they have some friends. And like, I believe I described last time that she had like an up and down slit mouth. Definitely going with that. And it contorts in a strange way that you can only guess is supposed to be a smile.
That's unnerving.
But it's hard to say, really.
It could be weirder.
It
Like
could be
trying
weirder.
to like
I
wrong
do
direction smile. Oof.
I do have to play that because Flashbulb has Traveler. So she's actually comfortable with like unusual cultures and stuff.
She gets to be the only one.
No,
Yeah.
no, Kasumi's probably fine with it too. It's just the player is like, that's Cthulhu-y.
I expect this when this creature has a vertical mouth instead of a horizontal.
Face on the inside is probably like, but face on the outside is very diplomatic. So I feel like he's like very composed and has his like mask up, if you know what I mean.
And Flashbulb is like puts like hand up. It's like, do these friends have a name?
She'll. Let's see. Why don't you roll a sway?
Okay. I can
See
certainly.
what you can get her to say.
Yeah, totally. I have potency when attempting to consort or sway, consort with or sway unusual people from usual cultures or Xenos. So
I mean, she's a Xeno. It's
Okay.
established.
cool. So position effect.
What are you trying to get her to say? What do you want to know?
I'd like a name and of course a location to bring us to, but I assume she's going to give us that. But I'd like a name. I'd like to know who we're dealing with, because usually on these jobs we only sort of know who we're dealing with.
Yeah. Running Chappie, oh no.
Yeah, dragging the map around, and it's like, we're still trying to connect.
Oh no.
It's like, but you're already loaded.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's controlled standard.
Okay. Is it standard with the potency?
Yes, that's with the potency. It's standard.
It'd be limited otherwise. Okay.
It would otherwise be limited.
Okay,
yes.
cool. I only have one in sway, and that's just fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it would normally be limited, but
All right. I won't take a devil's bargain or anything right now because now's not a good time.
now's not a good time. Okay.
I feel like it's like one of those things where if we don't get the name, it's
Okay.
we should save it when we're being hunted by a tentacle monster.
Yeah, you know. I have brain burn. Does that affect this?
I was just gonna ask, can we get
actually,
any downtime action?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have downtime actions because we were in free play and now we're about to be in a job.
Yeah, we
Or
jumped right into it.
Damn it!
So
I don't
is
like
this actually
brain burn.
is this actually limited effects?
Yeah, that's gonna kick it back down again.
All right, that's fine.
Thanks for
it's fine.
thank you for reminding me
Yeah, no
about
problem.
your own injuries.
Why'd you have to go and burn your brain?
Because it's
Seemed like a
important.
good idea at the time.
It's important not to keep secrets from your GM.
No, I didn't mean. Never mind.
No, I got you. What you could do though? Oh, triage isn't here. Damn it. Can't reduce my effects. Damn. can't get rid of my harm effects. Okay. Could I?
I can't imagine that Flashbulb would go to triage to get drugs.
It's true. She wouldn't. But you know, could I get a devil's bargain to increase the effect? Or is that only for getting an extra dice?
I think it's only for getting an extra dice. You can
Okay.
push yourself to increase the effect.
Yeah, I do have Leaf on the Wind, so I could increase it for both if I wanted to.
You could do that.
And then
sure.
I'd have 3 stress left over. So
Let's not get crazy trying to get the name.
Yeah.
This is
I guess we'll just go with the 1 die and controlled limited is fine. Because I was thinking like I could also exchange position for effects, but there's not really a way I would do it unless I started threatening her, and then that'd be command and not sway. So
Yeah.
and at least I have one in sway. I don't have anything in commands. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Ooh, a 6.
Nice.
Off to a good start.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, she says, I have a friend, Noro, there in Holt. He's been doing his rounds. I'm not sure exactly where he is. I'll have to contact comms him when we get in the system. Face, she's not telling the truth right there. There's something not true about that statement.
So Face is totally like, bullshit. Because, he's like 5 years old.
It's not super effective, no.
So I just, after like cracking myself up, I just look at her and I'm like, no, really.
We want to be honest with each other in this job, don't we? We did bring you the love of your life, so to speak.
I like Space Cloud nudge closer to her.
Not awkward at all.
The Space Cloud is like, hey, baby.
She sighs after a moment and she says, I know where he likely is, but I don't have the authority to tell you.
Oh. You don't look hegemony to me.
And she laughs. Not that kind of authority.
Right. Well, I mean, if it's above our pay grade, it all depends on what you're paying us. She cracks a couple of knuckles. Not intimidatingly, just kind of idly cracks a couple of knuckles.
Okay. She stops and she looks over to Iwas and she looks into the middle distance and remembers something from 100 years ago. And she says, I think that 10 credits is a reasonable amount to get me safely to a location in Holt.
But 20 credits would get us there safely and quickly.
So
Wow.
100 years.
Face normally the one to push it, kind of looks at the rest of their group and is kind of I feel like 10 credits is more than enough to do this for.
Flashbulb gets I'm excited. Flashbulb just gives a slight nod, just yeah, that seems good. Because we did get. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna agree. Just 10 is 10 is good for the cause of love. Yes.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to, as Iwas, be oh, and once you drop me off, please give my share to your lovely doctor. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna pull that off.
Don't forget, you have to pay us too.
You're the one paying them.
You're the client. You're the client.
I know this. I'm just jealous.
So we are getting this payment on top of what Iwas is paying us. Yes.
Iwas has already paid you the 6 credits.
6.
You've already been paid that amount.
Yeah, I believe we split it up last time. I think
I didn't mark down any credits when we split it.
Yeah, we did split it up last time, and then Iwas alluded to once we did this portion, there would be another portion where we could earn more money, and that is this upcoming portion.
What was our split? I didn't seem to mark it down.
2, 2, and 2, I believe.
Was it? I don't remember. Let me check the ship and see how much the ship has on it.
You know what? Since we put some in the ship,
Where is our
His
ship?
score is 6.
The ship has 1 cred on it.
Okay, then then maybe we didn't split it up. No, I think I put all my stuff in stash is what I did.
Did we put it in stash? That might
Or did we get stash last time?
I don't think so.
Because I don't have any cred mark, but my stash does look higher.
Yeah, I think we all ended up just putting it in stash. Is what we did. I think it was a 2-2-2 split, and we all put it in stash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems right. I don't know, but looking at what I have,
it feels right, and my stash looks higher.
Yeah.
Than it used to be.
Yeah, my stash is at 9 right now, so.
Good job.
Yeah, I can if Flashbulb can retire. Not in a trash heap if I get to 10.
Anything but a trash heap. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the classiest trash heap at 9, though.
Yeah, the class.
Okay. So, Lax takes some time to pack up some stuff.
Okay.
And she already flipped a switch to give you broadcast to the outside so that you could tell Glitch that you guys were okay.
Cool.
And so she takes some time, gets everything packed up. There's 1 suitcase worth of clothing, and then a dolly stacked with equipment. And she's like, then if you'll take me there.
So I guess I'll just take over the dolly. That's fine.
Okay. And then you walk all the way back.
Nah, she obviously has vehicles down here that we take and now are part of our ship.
And now that's your ship now.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
And we put it on a shuttle that she also had, so now we also have
We did it, everybody. Good job.
She's gonna pay you 10 credits and 4 cars
All of her
and a shuttle. I wouldn't need them anymore, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
I have altered the agreement. Pray I don't alter it again.
Immediately when you guys said that she gives us ground vehicles, I just imagine the scene from Terminator 2 where they move the sheet off of the weapons cache in the desert. Yeah, that was immediately what I thought. We walk out of the cave, we move the sheet off, and there's just an underground garage.
Yeah, there was.
Yep.
there's just ATVs and grav cars and a shuttle, and we're just like, oh, great, this is perfect.
Just what we needed.
Yeah,
stuff.
Stuff. More things on our ship.
So she will get all of that loaded up, and you guys can head over to Holt.
Shall we do planning and engagement things? Is this a gerb?
I guess we definitely can. Well, how does so So this is a transport job, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
What is your route?
What's the location we're going to? Or she's giving us, I guess.
So,
by the way, if she bullshits us on the location, we're just straight up not going. I don't play that game.
What she told you is that she does not have the authority to tell you where he is currently, but she can message him, and he'll either give her the authority to tell you where he is or arrange a meeting at another location.
Right. But what I'm saying is we're just not going to walk into a trap. You know what I mean? I'm going to make sure that she gives us coordinates once they decide what to do. And I'm going to make sure she's not hiding anything at that.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be once we get to Holt, and we got to get there first. So,
you gotta get there first. So,
how long does that take?
A week?
Yeah, about a week. It's gonna take you.
I think I'm probably gonna shoot myself up with drugs and then masturbate my brains out because I can't have downtime.
I'm glad you got your priorities straight.
I mean,
That's how he wants to spend his downtime.
well, triage gave me the drugs to fix the level of harm that I have,
Right.
but I didn't want to take them because
You
then
did,
we were.
you did actually say that you weren't going to take the drugs. I remember.
Yes,
this.
I have them with me. I took them, but I didn't actually.
He's altering the arrangement. Pray he doesn't alter it
Stab
further.
myself. So, I think I'm gonna go that route to get the penalty gone.
Right.
Especially considering I have no stress to spend. So
Fair. Yeah. I mean, also we don't have downtime actions right now, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess the route we take to get, like, it's gonna depend on, like, I think it's the job, like we probably skip to being in Holt and her getting, like, the coordinates, so it's gonna be a question of where the coordinates are.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense, actually. Thank you.
Mhm.
That's a good way to play it.
Yeah. Because we now have false ship papers and the transponder, so, like, the gates, like, especially because we have no wanted level, aren't really a problem.
That's for sure, yeah. All right, so... Oh, yeah, that's definitely happening. So, while you have no problem at the gate, there is a little bit of a noteworthy event. There is a you like catch it on like the local news, like while you're waiting in line or whatever. You'll notice that the like amount of ships being randomly checked is like way up.
Oh, of course.
And you see on the news that there was a break-in in the governor's mansion, and that they are on the lookout for the perpetrators, and that there's like some really blurry photos from security cams that are circulating on the news and stuff, and they're like, when you like go through the thing, they're like asking number of passengers, percentile that's Xeno, like specific questions like that. They're very obviously looking for someone, and the fact that they admitted that the governor's mansion was broken into means that it's like kind of a big deal.
Right.
So that's happening. But you managed to make it through without much of a fuss. When you make it on the other side, she sends out a message, and let's roll an engagement to see what her response she gets back is.
Well, should we figure out what our... Well, we have our detail. It's wherever the coordinates are.
Right. I mean, essentially.
And we should probably do loadouts and then refresh our gambits.
Okay.
I'm going to do normal loadout like I usually do.
Yeah, I think this only needs a normal.
Okay.
Rhys, outro.
Normal.
Guess I could roll.
Oh, no, we're asking what your loadout is.
I thought you. I'm normal, but you get to pick the items when you get there, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go light.
Cool.
Makes sense.
Okay, now we can talk about engagement things.
Okay. So
Sorry, I thought you meant about the fortune roll. I was like,
No, we're doing that right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're doing transport, carry target or people through danger, the route and the means. So
Means spaceship. Route depends on the coordinates.
Okay, good. All right, so you've got 1 die for luck. What else do you got?
Ooh.
Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Hard to say. I mean,
Yeah.
from the information we know right now, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like, it's not like Lax is a wanted criminal by the hegemony or something.
What? No.
Again, that we know of.
That we know of, yeah.
That we know of. So not particularly bold or daring, no, not
Yeah.
particularly. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
It's contingent on one factor, and that's the coordinates, I'm pretty sure. So
does this plan detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
we don't know.
I
Yeah, we
would
don't
say
even know what the target
potentially
is.
yes, but the
Oh.
target is strong against this approach. They have particular defenses. They're the ones giving you the coordinates, so that's gonna...
So it cancels itself out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? Lax is technically a friend as well as the technically.
The client, yeah.
Are there any enemies or rivals interfering with this operation?
I don't know, Kelsa, are there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is there?
You tell us.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Do tell.
Oh, it's
I'm going to say no,
okay.
because
Cool.
it's already going to be a bit of a problem all by itself.
Mm.
Depending. So why don't so someone is going to get to have 2 dice.
Sweet. Anybody Jonesing to roll?
I already rolled my 6, so I feel like maybe I'm not the best person to roll.
I can roll.
All right. Fortune roll 2d6.
2d6. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh yikes.
That's great.
Ooh.
These must be some really shitty coordinates, I gotta say. Or this was a sting operation, which would just be a time and a half.
No, they're shitty coordinates.
Okay.
So you get the coordinates. But what you don't realize until you're almost there is that this is just outside the energy well, the gravity well of a planet, and your course was not set with that contingency. This planet is like almost invisible in the sky. Like it's dark and yet somehow reflecting the stars. You've heard of this planet. It's called Omega, and it's supposed to be under quarantine.
Oh.
But the coordinates that you got are in orbit around the planet. But you're coming in hot and fast, and you're going to need to...
I've been coming in hot and fast all week.
You're gonna need to resist crash landing on this planet.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you could just crash land on the planet.
No.
That's cool too.
No, thank you.
You could just crash. It's fine.
No, thank you. We're not crash landing on this planet. Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Okay.
We're getting out of this.
Have you
this
considered
gravity well.
just crashing on the planet?
The answer
you could
is-
also
the
just
answer's no.
land on the planet.
No, it's an orbit. We're not doing anything with this planet. We're staying in space. We're safe.
Good luck.
All right.
Well, I mean, if it's a resistance roll, you can't technically fail it.
Oh, is it a resistance roll or is it a
Well,
helm roll?
This actually, no, I guess it would be a helm roll.
Okay.
You're going to basically, your eyes snap into focus and you realize there is this planet directly between you and your coordinates, and you did not see it a second ago.
Yeah. I'm gonna Flashbulb's gonna open the intercom. Folks, get strapped into something. We're going in fast here. We're gonna try getting around this thing. And she's gonna like pull on the throttle, and just try to get us out of this gravity well.
So it's desperate.
Yeah. I mean, desperate engagement roll. You'd figure.
Yep.
What is my effect for this?
You have bonuses to this, don't you?
I have
Automatically.
potency on all speed-related rolls.
I don't know if this is speed related.
That-
Everything
guess
is
it kind of
speed-related
is.
with fastball.
yeah.
I guess
I was
it
gonna
kinda
say
is.
it could be speed related depending on how she wants to do this. If she wants to use the gravity well to slingshot herself out of the gravity well, then it could potentially be speed related.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it would be limited, but you can, if you are bringing your speed related into play, that would bring it up to standard.
I think I'll do that. Also, I'm gonna use Leaf on the Wind to give me myself +1 die and +1 effect to make
Well,
that
there you
desperate
go.
grade.
Sure.
If anyone would like to help me, you can totally do that.
I can pour more.
Can't.
I can pour more NOS into the engines for you.
That is
Sure. Usually our fastball shuffle.
Yeah. Just spend a stress and give me another die.
Did we? Is our stress resetted since we did our loadout and stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I got plenty. It's fine.
Cool. So it's desperate. Great. Extra 2 dice. Let's do it. That's a
Oh.
Yay!
Oh,
Hey, all right.
yeah, with a burst of speed, you managed to pull the packet loss around this planet, and like skim past, like some orbiting, like warning, danger, this planet is under quarantine, beacons, miss all of those, and you start to like slow down and bring it around to where you can see a it's like not really a space station, and it's not really a spaceship. It's more like a manned observation station. It's relatively small, like smaller than the packet loss.
All right. Yeah, so approaching the station, Flashbulb gets back on comms. All right, everybody, approaching our destination. Everybody get geared up. We're out of the gravity well. We should... we'll have a meeting in a second. Go get ready, we'll get in the galley. Yeah, it's gonna stop at a safe distance away from this thing, like out of whatever, like, what I would assume would be the normal detection range of this thing. Yeah, gonna go and meet everybody else in the kitchen.
Well,
The galley, I should say.
You can detect it. It can detect you.
Okay, then I'm gonna hide it behind an asteroid if there's one near or something like that. Just being like, because we have like a little bit of time, I expect, before anything really bad happens.
There's not that much. If you want to have this meeting as a flashback, though, then you wouldn't have to worry about time.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, let's do a flashback then. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do a flashback as we're going here. Flashbulb like has her hands on the table in the galley. It's just like, all right, when we get there, so now we got this new shuttle. We're using that, or are we gonna just be with the packet loss? Asking Crow.
Well, it would be a waste not to use the new toys we got.
Face.
I am high as fuck.
Are you gonna not be high as fuck when the mission happens?
I don't know, maybe.
Great. Well,
I don't know what triage gave me, but this shit is amazing.
she's not even here, and we're still dealing with the consequences.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, all right. Look, regardless of what happens, I think what we can do is, if we take the shuttle, I'll fly shovel. We'll keep caution tape here, keep track of everything. Make sure the ship doesn't get boarded or something. We take our clients here to the station. We make the drop off. We get paid. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Face falls off his chair.
And flashback.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna mark off find small Urbot. So caution tape is gonna run the ship while we're on the shuttle over to the station.
They're in.
Excellent.
I'm
Yes.
picturing them like in the cockpit, like in the pilot's seat, and they've got like two of their like manipulator arms on the handlebars, and like two of them are like up and spread eagle, like kicking back legs, and like the other two have like a cigar and a beer. Like they can't even drink it or smoke, but you know.
If Flashbulb can get a picture of this, she's gonna get a picture of this.
I feel like caution tape like puts sunglasses over its optical sensors, you know, like.
Perfect.
We're gonna make a new painting. It's gonna be called Caution Tape in Repose. Yeah. But yeah, I guess everybody on the shuttle go to the station.
So when everybody's supposed to be on the shuttle, Face probably isn't there yet.
Glitch, do you know our faces?
Last I saw, he said he had to do a butt ton of drugs, and he got really high.
We're doing a mission right now. Okay.
He may not be high right now.
Hopefully
He's
not.
professional.
Do you want to stay here, or should I go? Or
So like on the way
Same
out,
thing.
when you're out to get me, Face like runs on the ship, pulling up his pants, and he's like, "It's fine. I'm so stressed out right now, but we're gonna be okay. All that shit wore off, and I feel like I've been awake for 3 days. Let's go."
Probably have been awake for 3 days.
Yeah,
in his room, he's got one of those paranoia like line boards. It just says, "How do I fix this with glitch?" And it's just going everywhere.
It smells like edible lube and sadness.
You like open the room and there's just red thread all the way across from like every wall. You can't even like walk in.
I think all Flashbulb does as she walks to the cockpit, she makes this side comment to Face, just like, "Next time, wear a little bit more deodorant." And just walks the cockpit.
Oh, beautiful.
That's one word for it.
So Lax and Iwaz will also join you in the shuttle, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we have to get them there, so.
Yeah, just making sure. Yeah, so she's like, when you dock, just enter this code, door will open, we'll be on our way, it'll be fine. You'll get your creds. Everything will be fine.
Sounds simple enough, except we're around a planet that's quarantined, so we'll see how that goes. And it's just like unmoors the shuttle from the packet loss.
It's not as bad as the Hamachi.
Flashbulb, before we go, Flashbulb, is there any way that you can check and see if like there's any cops around or anything?
Glitch, could you do that for me?
Certainly.
Thank you.
I shall check.
You never know, man. It could be a sting. By the way, his pupils are probably like.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put out some feeler probes, see if there's anything up on the sensors.
Okay.
We're gonna see if there are any narcs.
Mm-hmm. Would you like a rig or a hack? I imagine it's going to be electronically that I ping out, so probably hack.
Or is it gonna be a study of?
Oh, it
feel
could
like
also be a
it's more
study.
like study.
I
Yeah.
can do study. I haven't used study yet, but I do have a blip in it.
Yeah, it's figuring out like what the like signals are and seeing if we can find
Absolutely.
anything.
What position am I putting it in?
What position are you in? I think you're in. I think with that crit, you've managed to get out of the desperate situation, so you're in a risky position. I think it's gonna have standard effect.
Alrighty. No bonus
Awesome.
die for any particular reasons?
unless one of us can give you one, or you're gonna take a devil's bargain or spend some stress or whatever.
Want to make this interesting with the devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain, you say?
Ah, it's always up the ante with us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
It was a sting. Awas was an inside cloud the whole time. Surprise, fuckers!
Stop, system police!
Put your hands in your. No,
Put your manipulators in the air.
Procyon security down on the ground.
Reach for the scum. Wait a second.
Reach for the nearest star.
Guy. Okay.
So,
yeah, I think it's gonna be risky standard. I can't think of any really good devil's bargains. Like, I can't think of any really good
do we
ones.
get maybe more heat from tripping those quarantine sensors?
Oh, yes, that's a great one. You want to trip some? You want to get some heat?
Sure.
Quarantine sensor wise.
We blazed through that, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Surprising to get any heat before that, but
Alrighty, I'll take that, yeah. Here we go.
oh,
It did not help.
Oh no!
Ooh.
It did not work. It
Yike.
did not work.
she's just gonna turn on the monitor, and there's just gonna be blips everywhere. And they're like, do you see anyone? And she's just like, mm-hmm. How many? Lots.
How many? Yes.
I think actually, this is a complication occurs and you lose this opportunity for action. I think there is some kind of weird interference coming from the planet that you just can't make heads or tails of what these scanners are saying.
Right.
Like, you don't, whatever it is, it's messing up your scanners, and it's some kind of interference coming up from the planet.
Nope. Is there something that can be resisted?
I mean, sure, always.
Which part of it can be resisted? I guess the question.
Losing the opportunity. You can resist not being able to ever figure out what these scanners say.
That's up to Glitch.
It won't tell you what they say, but it will allow you to maybe come up with a workaround for it instead of it just being off the table.
Alrighty, I'm gonna resist. Wait. Oh, you.
Whoa!
Now you do.
This is what happened to me last night too. When we were playing D&D, we jumped right into combat, and my first 2 attack rolls were both nat 1s, and then it was like, make a save, double nat 20. It's like, come on.
Hey, at least you clear stress from this crit.
True.
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah.
I clear all my stress.
All
Not
one of it.
all one stress.
Nice.
All one of it.
We only have 1 stress while Ewas is over here 2 away from trauma.
Oh, I'm
3
3 away.
Same for
too,
me.
So, yeah.
No,
I'm
no,
2
I
away.
have 3 left. I misread. I thought I could 6. But hey,
No.
you know, Mark of the Beast. I forgot to tell you that Glitch is a space Satanist.
That's fair. We need
New
more
character.
space religions in here. No. So you can like reconfigure the sensors with a hack, or like strap some weird tuners onto it with rig to be able to cut through the interference and try this.
Space
Again.
Cloud, you're interfering with the Wi-Fi. Move. Yeah, I'm gonna rig it to try and no, I would probably rig it to get the sensors working better.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ding it with the hammer or whatever tools I need to get it working. Same thing, risky, standard.
Yeah.
The big wrench.
The big wrench.
Use the big wrench.
No.
Or not. Don't use the big wrench. Because the big wrong thing to say.
You bonk yourself in the head with the big wrench.
Mm-hmm.
Glitch is
you
just
have a
down there hitting
concussion.
his sensors with the wrench. Like, why is this not working?
It's because it's the shuttle, not the packet loss. Obviously.
No, it's
Yeah,
I don't know how this thing works. I haven't had to indulge my vice in like months. I don't know what's going on.
You hit yourself in the head with a wrench, and you take level 2 harm.
I die.
shit.
I die immediately.
Yeah, that's painful.
Resist wrench damage.
I'm going to resist wrench damage.
Wow. Well, that's shit.
So that happened.
No,
Yeah.
here it comes again, guys. Ready? Are you ready for this? Here
All
it
right,
is.
I'm
let's see
ready.
it. Let's see it.
Okay,
Oh.
not so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you take 1 stress. You have a black eye.
Mm-hmm. I spend the next 20 minutes applying a heavy amount of makeup.
Great.
So that's a level 1 harm is a black eye. It'll go away. It doesn't really it's not really going to do you much like penalties unless someone washes off your makeup and then will no longer trust you for you having a black eye. I don't know.
It turns out Sumchan is just going to also be here, and he's going to see the black eye, and he's going to assume that Face hit her, and then it's going to escalate into this whole
war.
level of violence.
Sounds like fun. Let's do it.
I can't think of a good reason for Sumchan to be here, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It'll just come up in a devil's bargain. Don't worry.
Poor mafia boyfriend not in this.
He gets a lot of shit for not being here.
I mean,
He could have
Flashbulb was just
been
off in
here if Outro
Ewas
had
could
Flashbulb
picked
was
his...
just off the pilot
could
seat
totally
like
ended up
Jerry.
being
Jerry.
Yeah.
No.
So we landed at the orbital.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
This was a sting operation, just not by the cops.
Okay. You're gonna need to make a pilot to connect this. It's not it's not really super difficult,
Okay.
but you could fuck it up.
Yeah, it's okay. So I got a helm. I
Yeah.
gotta get it in. Okay. Is position affect things?
Risky standard.
Okay. Unless somebody wants to help me, I think I will be good.
Okay.
Obviously this is not a speed related roll. This is not about speed. This is
No.
Just like drifted in.
just smash the
This is
orbital.
not speed related at all.
All right, risky, standard, no bonus dice unless somebody would like to help me, because I don't have the stress to spend right now.
Nobody wants to help you.
Well, yes, I can. I got one refunded, so I can spend it to help.
Okay. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah.
I can be helpful when I don't have to roll.
Actually, this is a good question. Does brain burn affect this?
Oh yeah, I think it does.
All right, so it's risky limited. Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I'm definitely helping then.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 2 stress. I will be 1 away from traumaing out.
Oh no.
To increase the effect.
Okay.
all
Let's
right.
see it.
So risky, standard, +1 die from your failed rig roll.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Another crit.
Welp.
Yes.
You
it's either
manage
terrible or crits tonight. It's
like
wonderful.
you have a single sweat drop going down your face as you manage to just kiss the seals perfectly into place.
By the way, do we get a gambit for that? Because that's risky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure do.
Hell yeah.
Good catch. So the doors have like equalized pressure. You can go inside anytime you like.
True.
That's what she said.
Do y'all want me to stay here on the shuttle to keep it warm, or do you all want me to come with you?
It was
Caution
a good
tape
idea to
can
stay
keep-
here.
Oh, okay.
Caution tape's on the packet loss.
Right, we're on the shuttle.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're on the shuttle.
Yes. keep an eye on like the sensors and stuff in case it turns out to be a reverse sting operation. We would need somebody watching the helm and make sure that they don't get the drop on us any more than they already have.
Right, unfriendly locals. I understand. Okay, I'll be here. You two go with our clients here. Get the job done. Count on you. Just like sits back.
Okay. So Face, Glitch, Iwas, and Lax will walk up and like open the doors and will step onto the ship and says, what is his name again? Nas? No.
Noro.
Noro. Why didn't I not write this down? Oh, it did. Ugh. Right. So it helps if I look at my notes. Turns out. So Noro. She calls out to Noro. Noro? I have it. And she like starts walking inside, and she is so tall, and like if she wasn't bent over due to her age, she would not be able to walk upright in this area anyway.
Like
it's a little.
Glitch heard something, and just out of character, I want to confirm that it was what I heard without alerting anybody else. She said something over to the person. She said, "I have it."
Mm-hmm.
Was that correct? Okay.
Yep.
So that like maybe Face notices like a very subtle like ear twitch and the tail go a bit rigid, because that's not.
I caught it too.
It's like that's not how you address people you love.
Mm-hmm. I caught it too.
It is
that's
actually.
Iwas's actual pronouns. So.
Oh, but ouch! That's kind of insulting to yourself. Why would you call yourself an it?
Not
You're a person. You're beautiful.
That's not necessarily it at all, though.
You're assigning morals to translations.
It just felt off to me.
No, that was.
It puts Face on edge too, for sure.
Sure.
Because
I can
I heard it too and
that.
thought that was kind of odd.
You all hear weird echoing noises coming down the hall. They don't seem to be in response to what Lax is saying so much as they're just now reaching you.
And I say, like, Lax, what is this? What's going on?
Noro has a menagerie.
Uh-huh.
They shouldn't bother us.
Shouldn't?
Come on. She starts walking confidently into the station. Now the station, like I said, the station is small. Like, it's smaller than the packet loss. So there's not a lot of other places to go. Child!
Small child has appeared.
You gonna say hi?
Alex.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You gonna wave to everybody?
Hi, Alex.
All right.
I didn't hear you.
I said hi, Alex.
Hi.
Sean said
Hey!
So said I.
hi. All right. I love you.
I love you.
Have a good night, buddy.
Have a good night.
Put your feet down. Come on. All right. Come on. Leave it.
Okay. So I will venture off into the space station with her and kind of like glance back at Glitch. Like, come on. I will have Glitch like towards the back though. Like I'm gonna keep what is Outro's character's name again?
Iwas.
I'm gonna keep Iwas and the other alien in front of us, and I'm gonna keep glitch behind us.
Yeah, they easily head into the front. After not too far, maybe 5 or 6 feet, the hallway opens up into like this large circular, like more cylindrical room that has like stairs spiraling up and down, and then stuff like suspended in the middle. And along the outside walls, everywhere except where you're coming in, there are cages. And in those cages are strange creatures. And
I look to Face again and raise an eyebrow.
There's maybe half a dozen different creatures. They each have each of their cages is like large. They're not like cramped in little cages. There's like 3 along one side and then 3 along the other. But they're definitely cages, and they're smaller than a prison cell.
So I assume they are inhabited, correct?
Yeah.
Do the things in them look like in distress, like they're captured and they don't want to be there, or do they just kind of...
Particularly, they look more like they're excited to see a person, a thing that's not who normally lives here. Like,
and are we talking just like animals, aliens?
They look like they're like, it can be hard to tell, I'm sure, especially for humans who are notoriously racist. But they appear to lack the intelligence of a sapient creature.
Okay.
They look to be of animalistic intelligence.
Okay.
But they look kind of like excited more than threatening and more than scared, if that makes sense.
Okay. I do kind of like look around. I do say like, Awas, are you sure about this? This is a little weird.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I wouldn't really look around because I'm a cloud, but I'm also having questions about it. But like, I believe that we're doing the right thing. So yeah.
So were you lying to Face when you said everything was fine?
I said it, but I believe it, so I'm not lying, but I'm not confident about it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Sure. Like, you believe it, but you're like, maybe there's something else going on. Maybe there's something I don't know. But we're fine. Okay. So yeah, the cloud believes everything's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
So you hear someone say something. It's not in any language that any of you recognize. It's kind of like, but the tone is kind of hushing. And shortly after that, the creatures in the different cages kind of settle back, move away from clawing their way out. And a short time after that, an arm pulls itself down the staircase. This arm is 6 feet long. Then a leg comes down the staircase, and this leg is probably 7 feet long. And then another arm comes down the staircase and like wraps around, and then another leg, and then this little tiny body
I went in a completely different direction.
comes down like at the where all of these very oversized long limbs meet.
It's a daddy long legs alien.
Kind of, except like it looks surprisingly human, like the parts that are not 6 feet long and 8.5 feet long.
It's Mr. Fantastic.
Kind of. only like the stretched limbs, like they don't shrink back. They're just always that long. And they're not like wibbly elastic.
Right.
They're like regular jointed. They're just stupid long. Like
somebody
like
put him on the
just-
torture rack for too long.
like just one portion of like wrist to elbow is longer than the rest of his body. He is wearing essentially like you would call them short shorts on him, but really they're probably like almost regular size pants. But they just look freakishly short on his overly long legs. And he's got like a it's like a wrapped shirt that it basically like it looks like someone took 2 different sleeves and then like tied them on opposite sides of his waist, if that makes sense. Probably to accommodate his freakishly long arms that don't bend in reasonable ways. But he finally enters the room and he can't stand upright in this area. He winds up sitting on a hammock that's like suspended in the middle of this area, and his legs dangle down and his arms can reach out to like either side of where there's the circular platform area. And he leans forward and pushes himself with like his legs braced on the wall behind him so that he can just push this hammock forward so that his head is like even with you guys. And he looks straight into Lax's face and is like, "You've come for your toys, haven't you?" And then he like swivels and looks at Iwaz, and he like shifts somehow in the hammock so that like the whole hammock moves over and is like looking at the nebulous cloud that is Iwaz.
How would I do this? Like, I've never seen anything like this, right?
No. Mm-mm.
How would a cloud do like the nervous gulp from like Scooby-Doo?
I don't know, but I love it.
Yeah, so I do whatever the hell that would be, and
You have the anime sweat drop.
yeah, the anime sweat drop.
And
I just say hello.
One thing that you realize, and like especially after seeing whatever this guy is you like look over at Lax and you start realizing like all of the other ways that she's changed since you last saw her. And it's little things that maybe you didn't realize before, but like you're pretty sure that she did not have gills on the side of her neck when you saw her 100 years ago. Sorry, 5 weeks ago. You know, pretty sure. But you just didn't really think about it or notice. Or maybe they weren't oscillating slightly until now.
Yeah. I don't really pay too much mind to that, but
Okay.
yeah.
You were just so in love you didn't notice her flaws.
Who said
Maybe
those
the
are
gills aren't a
flaws?
flaw.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just something
no,
new and
no.
different.
All of this checks out that this is totally normal and fine. There's nothing wrong here. You're so in love. She's not capable of doing anything horrible to us.
Yep.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So Noro reaches out one of his overly long spatula hands and like caresses the cloud just a little bit.
You know, like you do.
Bad touch.
Touching your woman.
Bad touch.
I mean, only for you.
Can you
I can do something.
It's your choice. It's your choice. But you can feel as his fingers touch your cloudy material, even briefly, he's like analyzing you on a wavelength.
Can I analyze them back?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you
Would
can.
that be a tuner study?
Yes.
Both?
Either.
I would say if you want to do it like on a wavelength, you can set yourself up by attuning and then roll study.
Okay. What would the position of the attune roll be?
Risky.
Okay.
And you got risky standard on this attune. And this is gonna
I did it.
Okay. The consequence is that he knows that you're attuning back, basically.
That's fine. And what would the study be?
So it would have been risky limited, and you get to choose, are you going to make that controlled limited or risky standard?
Risky standard.
Okay.
Hey, I did it again.
Okay. So what you get from him is that he used to be a human. It's not clear how long ago he would have considered himself human. Or how long before that other people might have stopped considering human. But he hasn't been human for a dozen years easily.
But he was at one point human?
Yes, he was at one point human.
Can I make a...
You can feel he has a way creature of some kind that he has, like, somehow symbiotically melded with. And it's part of why he's so weirdly
noodly.
proportioned. Yeah.
Is this clear to the rest of us too?
Not unless you wanna attune to this guy.
I'm good.
No, I'm okay. It's the opposite of what I want to do.
No, you have no idea. I mean, he does seem like he might have been human at one point. That much is clear to you. The rest of this, not really. He has he has some kind of like weapon or defense that this melding with this symbiotic relationship with the white creature is giving to him, but it's not clear to you what it is.
Does he seem prepared to use it? Like, did I get anything like that or no?
He's not like looking to use it, but it's like if you have pepper spray in your backpack, you're not planning on using it every time you meet somebody. Like if you go and order ice cream at the ice cream shop, you're not thinking about that necessarily. You're not thinking about using it. But if someone was to scan you for weapons, they'd see it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I take note of it, but I don't really do anything about it, I guess.
But after he's scanned you himself, he says, I think you're right, Lax. This one might have the correct wavelength.
And I say, what you mean?
Oh. Well, I've heard of you. And he like shifts position again so that his hands are like folded over so he can like rest his head onto his hands. His hands are like oversized, his elbows are like out way akimbo. It's super awkward. And he's like, Lax was famous back in the day for what she did, and bringing you and the other through, it was incredible. Even with you gone so shortly after, we had so much data we could study. It has led to a lot of breakthroughs, and we are so close. But, well, and he like stops to think for a second, and Lax kind of steps forward and she'll take over the story, and she's like, you see, there's some technology, some artifacts down on the planet, and we know what they do, but none of us can interface with them. We've tried. We've been trying for years. But you us, your energy is similar to this technology, and I think you can do it.
So is that why you brought me here in the first place?
Well, not originally, but I've had so many years without you and only this data.
I want to know if she's lying or not.
I mean, you don't know that, but Face does.
Ah, okay. That's fine. Okay. I'll believe her.
I mean, she is being honest here.
Okay.
But you don't know that. You can believe her or not.
So I believe her, but it's guarded belief.
Sure.
It's like, yeah. So what do you need me to do?
Well, there's a number of sites down on the planet. If you were to interface with them, we can start to rejuvenate this planet.
So, I mean, this planet is quarantined for a reason, right? What the hell's down there?
The Majini does not like things it does not understand.
Right.
There's a huge...
Because things that they don't understand could potentially blow us up.
Well, anything could potentially blow you up. I mean, humans. And, like, Noro chuckles as well. This planet has so much. And, like, she gestures around to some of the creatures that are in the cages around you. So very much to explore. The creatures. And, like, when she says that, one of them that was in the corner of your eye, it's suddenly like horror movie static, like goes in and out of focus really quickly. But just for a second, it was out of the corner of your eye. It's probably fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Flashbulb shit's getting weird.
Yeah, it's just like, do we need a quick exit, or
Potentially.
do you want me to get over there, or I got a blaster. I got a blaster pistol ready. No?
I kind of start to like slowly back away towards the door. Like, okay, crazy people.
Glitch, what are you doing? You're muted?
So I am. This is all well and good, but we were just meant to drop you off and reunite you with your lost love. So before we talk about doing anything else...
Yes, payment, of course.
I believe she's saying we got to get paid.
Yep.
Right.
Yes, it is all very interesting and we would love to help you further, but we should finish one transaction before considering...
Sounds fake.
I get paid before shit hits the fan.
Drive, get money.
She looks up at Noro and is like, I promise this fine upstanding crew 10 credits. And... well, you owe me for quite a few things. And he chuckles. And it's like a really weird, disproportionate laugh.
It's fine.
And he reaches down, like, between his legs and, like, between some netting into, like, the level below. And he pulls up something, and he, like, pulls it back up. And he hands it out. It's a cred stick with the promised creds on it. So you said you wanted to help. We can...
I certainly said...
Internally, Face is like...
Take the creds and go.
I definitely do the thing where it is the, like, lady purse, tuck it between cleavage so it's safe. And then it's like,
so before Glitch can talk, I'm like, I feel like we should discuss it with the rest of the crew, but we'll let you know.
I understand, but we'll be here.
Before I take the offer back to them, would there be any additional compensation for this?
Well, of course. And she like kind of leans over the edge, and like Noro like kind of swings forward in his little hammock again, and they have like a little conversation.
Yeah, I think while that's happening, Flashbulb comes out. You're just like, is everything fine? You know, about that blaster pistol and all.
Yeah, we're getting another job offer. I'm gonna bring it back in just a bit.
Okay.
Hang tight.
I'll keep the engines running.
Yes. I assume they're only hearing what I'm saying, so like I'm trying to keep things a little vague deliberately.
Yeah. After their little conversation, they come back and say, there are 3 sites down on Omega, which we would need to visit. The use of a spaceship to get between them would shorten our time drastically and be much appreciated. Now, we can pay you a fine sum, but going to 1 or 2 of the sites does us no good. It would have to be all 3 or nothing.
Would you mind defining fine sum?
Hold on, I'm bad at math. Yeah. So she says it's rather dangerous, and we've been quite generous so far. I can give you 5 credits per location for a total of 15 credits.
In addition, would we be able to have a portion of what we find there?
You can have it all. Well, other than the artifacts specifically that we need. There's 3 of those.
So if there is anything else in these places, then we could conceivably have that.
We have our specific purposes in mind, and whatever other artifacts are lying around are unnecessary or have already been cataloged
Now,
and deemed.
you'll understand if I ask what these artifacts are, because you see, I do love myself some credits, but if you're going to create a black hole that destroys this universe, I can't spend them.
No, nothing at all like that. It's going to rejuvenate this planet.
So can you promise me that whatever you're planning will only affect this planet?
No.
Why are we rejuvenating the planet?
There's a trove of amazing way creatures that live here. There's, I can feel.
Which immediately moves behind Flashbulb at the mention of way creatures. And
I'm not here.
Flashbulb's
Oh,
not
sorry.
even there.
I keep getting you two mixed up because it's an F name. Face falls behind face, and it's just like, nope.
The amount of just sheer power that can be brought to bear.
One was terrible enough.
Oh yes, I heard about that. Terrible, terrible time. So sorry.
I think in that pause, Flashbulb calms the rest of the crew again. It's just like, so are we going? I don't see you.
I kind of like leave the comm open as I say, like, what would potentially be the long-term effects other than on this direct planet? Like, would this have a drastic effect on the system itself?
Most likely, I would assume so. Yes, and she's leaving something out.
What job are we getting
Face is
right
like,
now?
I'm going to need you to be a little bit more specific here.
Why don't you roll a sway to
Okay.
convince her to be a little more open
Cool.
here?
What is this job?
Isn't it me?
This is risky limited.
See, so like Face knows what the job is. That's not the part that he's worried about.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm aware. Flashbulb doesn't though. So that's why she's just like, what is happening? Somebody tell me something. I'm already part of one cult. There's credits in it.
Damn, that's one of our convictions. Fine.
That's the inner conflict of the crew. Maybe we don't have this. Maybe we're just like,
Okay, so I'm gonna spend one gambit.
Okay.
All
right. Glitch. How's your stress looking over there?
I'm good. I'm probably bound to get higher anyways, the Taka releasing wave creatures.
You wanna give me one of those?
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is kind of an important role, so.
Yeah, I think the scared squeeze for comfort at your side probably bolsters your resolve.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, fingers crossed.
comfort and support.
Oh,
hey, there's
thank
a
God.
Hey, there's
Nice.
a 6 in there.
Wait, was it standard or limited?
It was limited.
Ah.
So
Oh.
yeah. So you get some more information.
But we do get a gambit.
No.
Oh, we
because
spent
you
one.
No,
used a
yeah,
gambit.
it
Never
wasn't
mind.
a crit.
Yeah.
Even if it was a crit, it doesn't matter because you used a gambit, you don't get one.
Yeah, we need a thing
Sure.
for that.
So what you do get is that what they're going to do involves moving the planet Omega's orbit. And that will very much change the solar system. They're not entirely certain how it will change the solar system, but they...
Why do they want to change the orbit?
So they can reawaken the planet. So far out
Duh.
Yeah. Now they've said reawaken. That should probably tell you something.
there.
So like, time out. Out of character, just so everybody knows, we are not taking this nut job's job, right?
No.
Character. I want to find out as much information about these crazy people as I can, so they don't destroy the freaking universe before
If Flashbulb knew this, she would just be like, right out of hand. She'd just be like, no. Nope.
I'm very well aware,
like-
which is why I haven't given you this information.
I like money, but not that much.
Right. I am not at all entertaining this. I just need the information to try to
Okay,
see
cool.
if we can stop this from
Cool.
happening, because this is some nonsense.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, who we're gonna tell? We can't tell the cops. You're at a quarantined planet.
we're like, look, we got a tip.
Well, I guess we'll tell like the ghost or somebody. We'll figure it out. It's fine.
Okay. Darn,
I mean,
wish would've-
Ewas is going to take this nut job.
Well, yeah, but you're not. You're gonna no longer be part of the crew. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good.
Okay, so I guess I will leave it there because that's as far as they're going to let me take it. I wish I would have known about the limited effect, because I would have went with desperate and
Standard.
raised the thing.
Mhm.
But I guess we'll just leave it there for now, and I will let them know that I'm going to take it back to the crew and see what they have to say.
And the crew says, bye!
Yeah, pretty much.
We're out.
Pretty much.
We out.
Inside Face is saying the same thing, but he's not going to tell them that because then
Oh,
they
of
won't let us
course.
leave.
Yeah. Look, you
Right,
gotta
right.
have a face.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, you can leave.
All right. How? What is it? What do you all look like when you board the shuttle?
Horrified.
So I am comforting Glitch as much as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have my face on. And I say, let's get back to the packet loss, and we will talk about it.
Yeah.
I did want to give you a heads up on this job. We'll talk about it a little bit later when we get there.
Yeah, we'll
but
talk
I think
about
we all
it later.
just need to relax for a little while.
Sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and trying to comfort Glitch as best as I possibly can, and trying to keep my own thoughts away from like bad things. Much about way creatures, but that thing was in my head before, and I'm like, they can probably sense apprehension, so I don't want none of that on the way back to the ship.
Yeah, the shuttle unhitches itself from the station cleanly and professionally, and we travel back to the ship with no complications. Because guess who used to be a shuttle pilot?
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, so we land back on the ship and we get the hell away from Omega.
Lovely. That's a good job. Good job.
Woo! We did it!
Woo.
Job.
Job did.
Job done.
Okay, so like once we're
done.
out of here, I'll be like, oh my god, holy shit, we gotta do something about this nonsense. This is crazy.
Yeah, I think once we get back to the ship, Flash was just like, what did you do?
So look, if I told you what these people are planning, you would have pulled the ship out with half of their ship on it. So let's just get the hell out of here. I'll explain on the way, and we got to figure out how we're gonna stop them.
Try me as we fly away from
So like, I'll fill her in on all the information.
She has a distinct. It's that cold rage type of thing. Just like holding the joystick like with a very tight grip and just being like, it's fine. Everything's fine. This is all fine. Nothing's the problem here. This definitely wasn't trouble to begin with. She would honestly think it was trouble to begin with if she was paranoid instead of vicious, but she's vicious, so.
I like to think that the entire mission is that Iwas has to go into the planet and then, like, I don't know, diffuse itself into the planet, and then the planet becomes a living creature as Iwas, and Iwas is now the big bad guy of the fucking universe. I'm goofing.
I'm gonna put that down as a potential outcome. Not necessarily.
So you're basically
an
just gonna
outcome.
be ego from now on. Got it.
Yeah, right. Shall we do? Or should we have a break first, or should we do payoff? I mean, we know we're getting 10 credits. So.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
You got away pretty easy for that 16 credits, I think, personally.
I mean, have you looked at our stress?
So yes and no, because we're gonna have to address this. This isn't like over, right? Like,
yeah, that's true. There's gonna be a lot of like
There's
free
a
play
faction
aftermath.
clock that's going to start getting
Right.
ticks on it now, and if it fills up, Omega is going to move its orbit, and things are going to change and halt.
Bad shit gonna happen.
Yeah.
That clock has now been turned on.
Great.
Neat. I'm glad to be an accomplice in this. Wahahaha.
I bet you are. Okay. Oh boy, sorry about that yawn. That was a yawn. For
I've
sure.
been yawning the whole. I'm sleepies.
Shall we break?
How dare
We shall break.
let us break.
Okay.
Into
Thanks, everybody.
science.
Doing rolls, eh?
Uh-oh, that's not horrifying.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
it's just an engagement roll.
Just
I mean,
an
entanglement roll. I mean, it's an entanglement roll.
We got to get paid and get heated first.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we could do all at the same time.
I have the creds.
You got the 10 creds that we haven't passed out yet.
Yeah, I've
be
got
right
the
back.
10 creds. That's fine.
Yeah, because you can carry 10 creds.
I mean, you never
It was
checked
on a-
how many creds were actually on
You
it.
be quiet if you ever want to see any of this money.
Me?
This
I don't get to see any of this.
This is
money.
me, the player. Flashbulb just wants to get paid and
Yeah.
get some downtime because oh boy, do we all need it.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Flashbulb, it's a real bad situation. They only had 5 credits.
No,
No, the comms were on the whole time. You lying?
Time to throw you out of the airlock.
That's okay. I can sabotage the airlock before I get sent out.
Throw you out another airlock. I'll just keep trying to throw you out of airlocks.
Yeah, that's fine. You can't ever go anywhere because the explosive decompression.
Oh, guess who has the better spacesuit?
I mean, yes, but that's not how explosive decompression works.
It's fine. We'll both be dead. It's okay.
Yeah, there you go. We're both dead.
I'm glad we're doing a murder-suicide pact.
Wait, our crew doesn't have one of those?
What kind of crew are we?
Yeah, I never
The
agreed to
best
this.
kind.
All right, I'm gonna be back.
We don't have a murder-suicide pact? Dang. You're part of a cult. You're doing this wrong. It's not really an AFK screen. I'm here. I can entertain them. It's not really an AFK screen. I'm here. I can entertain them. Really an AFK Infinite screen. Echo. See? Professionalism at its best. So we just got done finishing a job. We had to transport an Eldritch Horror to its long-lost alien girlfriend on this side of the material plane, to a cult of Eldritch Horror worshippers who want to rejuvenate a dead planet that we are currently at, to bring about more Eldritch monstrosities. Yeah, most of our people were not down for that idea, and we wanted to just take our money and go. And so there's a very good chance that we might be responsible for unleashing Eldritch monstrosities into the greater galaxy. But because my person suffered from horrible trauma at the hands of an Eldritch nightmare, she's not down for it. Normally we'd be down for the tentacle, but Xenos from this plane of existence are more her speed. Xenos from another plane of existence that want to actually kill us is... Yeah, everyone makes mistakes, basically. But I think we did good in taking our money and getting the fuck out of there, because it didn't sound like a good time for anyone. So, but we are technically on break. Everybody else got up to go get some food. And I'm here to entertain, because I wanted to see the end of Spoiled Chestnut and Ark playing Monster Prom, because that is such a good game. And I'm glad to hear that they all didn't die horribly, which is a plus.
It's hard to die horribly in Monster Prom.
It's extremely difficult.
They foiled the assassination plot, so nobody died horribly. Except for probably the assassin. Poor Eel. He's such a good boy.
Yeah.
You may have already died horribly. Yeah, this has all just been a flashback scene this entire episode. We're actually going to come back at the end of the episode, and it's just going to be one of those, like, the scene starts with, like, the corridor of a ship and, like, the flashing siren red lights, and, like, the grab is off, and we just see, like, Triage's body floating, and then like we pan to another, and then there's like half of caution tape clinging to something, and then we're just not sure what happened, and it just says it's fine, and then we fade to black. Oh,
We're not ending the show.
Dark Lavender Void says
we
they
will
totally
end the show
meant
like
Monster
that,
Prom,
but
yeah.
we're not ending the show like that today.
No, not today. Not unless the dice go horribly wrong. It would have to go pretty horribly, like my rolls at the start of this game, just consistently.
You guys hear this cat?
No, I got music playing.
All right, cat, get close to the microphone. Come on.
Saint, you're off center from the original camera setup.
Do I need to go left or right?
I need to hold on because I fucked it up. There we go. Now it stayed up. Go to the screen's left.
Here?
Nope. You're right.
My right. Okay, so this way.
I don't know if
I figured that'd be easier. And then
so what was happening is
angle
you had
your camera
mine
down. Now you're
Can you
off center now too. What the?
Yeah, because I took my camera off, so me and Saint changed places. I was going to ask if you could take my zoom off.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
did.
it's not anything you did. It's that the camera got turned off and it screws up everything. Okay.
Well,
I didn't realize the camera was turned off, so let me adjust that, because Saint, you don't need to do anything. You're perfect, like always. Little cherub cinnamon bun.
That was the sweetest thing I've ever heard you say.
Yeah. I need to fix this because...
Fix it.
Fix it. Fix it.
Fix
Fix
it.
it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it.
Fix it. Mr. Fix It.
Giant Saintguard face. And whenever I hear fix it, I always think of Critical Role when Scanlan dies and Grog is just beyond distraught, and they take him to get resurrected, and all he does is go, fix it! Because he doesn't understand how death works when it's his friends.
Aww.
Spoilers for first season of Critical Role.
Spoilers for that season of Critical Role that's been out forever.
I mean,
God damn it,
it's
OBS,
an
why do you always do this?
It's an online thing, so it's not something that.
I mean, it's also Critical Role season 1 is really long. Having watched all of it,
Yeah,
It's
like,
really hard
hey,
to get into.
Like, hey, that
At least for
is a
me.
super
Same.
spoiler, but by time you get to that point, whatever episode,
Forgotten.
whatever episode that may have been,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I as somebody who watched the entire first season and then watched like listened to the first like 25 episodes of the second season, and then could not go on after that.
I can tell you, I'm still waiting for it to get good. It's not
Yikes.
awful. It's not awful. It's just by comparison to the first season, like what's going on in this story feels very disjointed by comparison. Like there's a lot of Critical Role season 1 where, you know, the 100+ episodes, you know, probably only about half of them actually did anything useful. But this one, it's a lot of it. And like one of the criticisms I have was you have people like Bo, who everybody seems to flock towards for some reason, but she's like the character. Her and Sam are both playing characters that are actively sabotaging their own efforts, and after a while the novelty of that wears away. Because one episode, because she's a monk from basically a, you know, spy network, information gatherer, lore keeper kind of monk organization, they have the idea that now that the wizard can teleport, they're going to teleport to each of the headquarters for her organization, and so that they can have those teleportation circles. The problem is when they teleported to the first one, they didn't announce that they were coming, so the Order freaks the fuck out, as you do, because they were recently attacked by, you know, plot reasons. They were attacked and they're on high alert. And so she's like, oh, sorry, our bad, you know, hey, you know, I'm, you know, such and such, you can check my information, please don't be mad. And they're like, okay, that's fine, don't do it again. You know, we'll check this out, cross-reference, contact your master. They immediately teleport out, and they go do it again in another spot. And
of course,
they get the same response. Somebody gets shot. They're like, hey, we just did this. Somebody already checked our information. We're just jumping to places. You know, you can cross-reference our information. We're good. They're like, hey, that's cool. Don't do it again. Immediately teleport to another one. They're like, hey, it's cool. I work here. And they're like, yeah, we heard about you. You were told not to do this again. You're banned from all of the headquarters. And they're like, do not come back, even if you're a member. You were told. And this was within like the span of 15 minutes of them playing it. And so it's like, why would you do that? And then, you know, as soon as she meets up with her master, she's like, hey, so can you go tell them that I'm cool and unban me, because I'd like to go back, and I fucked up royally multiple times.
I think there's something there called consequences.
Yeah.
That aren't really there.
And then last week, Sam, just being infinite troll, they found a place inside of the Happy Fun Cube, if you remember that. But it was a pond surrounded by frog creatures, and there was implications that there was a guardian within the pond. Sam goes, I'm going to run out to the center of the pond. And everyone's like, Sam, no. Nope, already doing it. Gets swallowed by Frog Hemoth.
Welp.
And they're like, and they called him out on it too in the game. They were like, why do you do this? And he's like, I just wanted to go out into the center and see what was going on. And it's like why do you do this, Sam?
This sounds like a group that could use some safety tools. You know?
Just why do you do this?
Yeah, like this is where you'd be like, all right, we're gonna talk about this before you do the action.
Yeah. And I mean, it was like, I'm pretty sure Taliesin, who has just been playing the straight man, both in and out of character, it was just like, we need to. He says it very briefly, and it gets swept under the rug because the rest of the group is just like, well, whatever's. And he's just like, no, we need to talk about this stuff because I'm a healer and this is stressing me out.
Yeah.
It's like it stresses me out when y'all do crazy shit like this.
Yeah.
But
Weird.
hey, we're all back.
Subject of
Yeah.
stress.
I was gonna
Subject of
say.
stress.
Perfect.
Shall we get paid and get heat and
Yes.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah,
I
you
will
should.
actually hand over the cred sticks. I am not that kind of person.
Thank you.
That's good. It would be
Mhm.
real awkward if you were.
I
Yeah.
transferred it to a Space Swiss bank account.
Are we splitting up 2 for everybody and 2 for the ship?
That was my plan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Cool.
the ship had one.
And
already
that
from
includes
last
2
time.
for triage, yeah?
Yes.
So-
Does it?
I mean, you really don't have to. I won't be mad if you don't.
You're part of the crew.
That's fair. We can put it in your stash.
I helped by not being there.
Ooh.
Well, we definitely didn't say it.
Yep.
All right.
We
So
all were thinking it.
Hmm.
I'm going to
Yeah.
assume that you all are going to be heading back to. Breck.
I actually have a question about that. Could
Yeah.
we, because of how long it took us to get all the way to Holtz?
Yeah.
Could in the interim, because I assume Triage's bender didn't take weeks upon weeks, that Triage started to make her way towards us and we meet somewhere in the middle.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
I'm cool with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Where
So we
would
could
you
like
all like to meet up?
I would say either in Rin or Iota, but I don't have an idea for where there. I would personally say Rin because I think contacting
I know where
Satani
you're going.
contacting
Yep.
Satani about this would be a good
I
idea.
was thinking the same
Good.
exact
Okay,
thing.
cool. Yeah, we're going to Rin then, I think. I don't know. We could go to Warren. Probably it's the only actual planet you can land on in the system.
What's
mean,
our
there-
heat looking like in Rin though?
Bad.
Is it? I thought it was
No.
only Breck where we had big heat.
Yeah, it's only Breck. We have big heat. You're gonna get some
Okay.
heat right now in Holt though. So I think this was pretty contained.
Okay.
So a standard 2 heat, plus 1 heat for having bumped into those quarantine sensors.
Mhm.
-1 from.
-1 from things, so
Yeah.
total of 2 heat.
No, that's not bad.
Y'all got heck of cred. You've already dealt with that, which is good. And then I rolled on this table to see.
How did we get entangled?
It is more new friends.
Oh, good.
So you're going to get another call. You don't necessarily have to say yes, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Making so many friends.
Yeah. Friends. Oh, we got to do ship upkeep as well.
Yeah, thankfully we have more than enough.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
for
ship
upkeep.
upkeep is 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we end up with 1 credit on the ship anyway. Cool.
Mhm.
Top pile.
Cool. I will see about getting us.
Ooh, while
entanglement.
we're at Warren, we could probably find somebody to upgrade our hull, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's fairly easy for you to get back into Warren. It was easier to get into Warren than, into Rin than it was to leave. But there's still obviously it's noticeable the fewer ships that are coming out of Rin
Right.
as you're sitting in line at the wormhole.
Mhm.
And for triage, you've taken some of your own money, but not enough for it to be a cred, and hopped on a cruise passenger ship or just
I actually
became-
had to leave with Lotus to do my
yeah, and
work.
maybe you wound up in Iota for a while, and then once she was finished with making your new coat, you split ways and you went to Rin and she went back to Breck.
Yeah, probably.
Cool. Like you wound up on Lithos in a frozen ice palace for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, you were tripping balls when that happened.
It was fucking great.
You're gonna have some really cool stories.
Yeah. And then you manage to get a ride back to Warren, and you get you connect with the packet lost, like sending messages, to meet there. And now we're in downtime, and I'm assuming you're gonna take your downtime here on Warren.
Hell yes.
Yep. Definitely. I can start because I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
First things first, I would like to recover so I no longer have level 1 harm.
Sure. How do you recover? Are you gonna wait for triage to get back?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for triage to get back.
Okay.
Yeah. And be like, hey, I still got like, yeah, Flashbulb goes
Welcome
to
back, fix us.
Goes back to the science bay. First she's like, hey, welcome back. Like, make some decent conversation, just being like, so how are you? I would love to hear about all your adventures, but right now I got the biggest headache, and I've been having it I've had it for weeks.
Tell me about what you did while fixing me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I get more caught up in hearing about what you guys did. Like I spent a lot of time with myself. I don't want to talk any more about it, kind of thing.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah. I think what Flashbulb would tell you would be like basically just the essentials, because Flashbulb's not generally one for recounting stories.
Okay. So I make a doctor roll, right?
Yeah. Technically, all I needed is I just need it because it automatically removes all level 1 harm, but you can roll to see how you do anyway. Because I only have level 1
roll
harm.
fortune with doctor dice, or is it actually a doctor? Okay.
It's a roll fortune with doctor.
Okay. Boop, boop. Cool.
Ooh, nice.
Cool.
All right. Cool. Thanks. It would be cool if I needed recovery, but I don't. But thank you anyway, because I need to do this anyway.
Fair point.
Yeah, but she goes through the essentials, so she's like, all right, like, you left on your bender. We had this like mysterious creature that was on our ship. It gave us a job to go to Rin. We went to Rin. We met with this alien named Lax. And then she gave us a job to go to Omega, which was, we went to Omega. And that's like the end of the story. There's not like much else to it.
I'm like, fascinating. Okay.
Yeah, I would say talk to Face if you want to hear more, because he's got some more information and he knows a bit more. I wasn't on the station at Omega, so you should talk to him.
And like as if on cue, Face runs out like through the cargo hold, through the outside of the ship, like, I'm gonna get fucked. He is so stressed out.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I'm like, I think Face is a little busy. I'll talk to him later.
It sounds like it. Well, thanks for the recovery. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Face, it sounds like you're going to indulge your vice. Tell me a
little bit
about how that's going down. Where are you going?
So I was going to call up. Where's my thing here?
Where's your little black book?
My little black book. Shaitan Lorenz. She was our space dock contact.
Yeah.
So I was gonna see what she's doing tonight.
Okay. She's free.
So maybe we'll have a little wine and dine. Gotta keep the connections and all that.
Of course.
Yeah. And probably, a bit more to it than that, but
but for sure I'll take her someplace like really, really nice, because we just made bank. So
right.
I'm going all in. So we go someplace real fancy. I mean, this ain't Nightfall or anything, but still.
Yeah, roll your indulge vice button.
Where's my bias?
Where's your button?
Button. Any bonus dice?
Wait, she's your friend. Yes.
Oh, then you would have rolled 1. But they were the
Which
same anyway.
Would have been a 2 anyway. So.
Rip.
So it did not matter.
Crushing guilt.
I feel like I should get another one just because I took her out to someplace really fancy.
I mean, you can spend your second downtime action. You can spend a coin.
Or yeah, spend your, and you have that extra downtime action from being a, speaker.
But that's for
All right, let's go
That's
for
for other
round
things.
two.
playing your assets or laying low.
Yeah.
Let's go for round 2 then.
Okay.
Another date.
This is breakfast the next
Perfect.
morning.
Yes, this is breakfast before I leave, I guess.
So that's a 5.
That is perfect. That will
Wow,
completely clear my stress.
Nicely done.
Excellent.
I think triage is going to wait. I have none of. Oh, okay, never mind. I think triage is going to train prowess twice, maybe.
You can't
I
do
think-
it twice.
You only do it
Oh
once.
yeah, you're right. Okay. Train prowess, and I don't need to indulge my vice. Did I start? No, I haven't started a project.
Would you like to start a project?
Yeah, I want to start the project of figuring out what the hell is up with Alben.
Yeah.
We're in the IOTA system, right? So I can get in contact
No.
with. Oh, not
No,
anymore.
we're in
We're
Ren.
in.
Technically,
that makes
you
sense.
were though. So I
That's
mean,
true.
we can say that this took place
traveled
back
through
then.
it.
Yeah,
you
because
flashback.
because Albin's in the IOTA system, and Pip told me to contact them once I'm in the IOTA system. So I guess it's just like a meeting where I have Pip and Albin in the same place. And
Pip's not there.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Pip's busy invading the governor's estate.
Oh, okay.
Laying low after having invaded the governor's estate.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
I kind of just said that. I
mean,
wonder.
Hell yeah. If so.
Yeah, good job. God, what group was it? Good job, them. I forgot what faction that was, but
The Bornico Syndicate.
thank you. Yeah.
I mean, you could turn them in. There's a pretty big reward out there for whoever broke into the governor's mansion.
Help the hegemony. Not a
I have a
chance.
feeling that yeah.
No, I didn't think so, but I thought I'd put that out there. Just you do strongly suspect that they're the ones that pulled this off, and also know there's a huge fucking bounty out there for whoever pulled it off. But
We
no,
aren't
I did
narcs.
not think
Yeah.
that you would. No,
Yeah.
cool.
Just an FYI, I will make sure that Face made her an amazing breakfast because I feel like Face is an amazing space cook. That's one of his like hobbies.
Huh.
So like he went all out and made like omelets and like French toast and stuff that's like not easy to get in space because I feel like we travel so often that when like he's on planet, he really likes to make something cool, you know.
Mm. That's the
and
secret that
then-
no one on the ship knows.
That's right. I can't have them asking me to cook all the time, you know.
You should be happy that Kaja Tape makes such good coffee because
That's true.
you'll probably be found out otherwise.
So yeah, so when I leave Shaitan, I will actually call up some contacts in Rec and start clearing some heat for us. Because we have 6 heat in Breck, I believe, right?
You sure do.
So I need to take care of some of that heat.
Yeah. We may or may not have gone to, a maximum security prison.
I mean, could or could not
It can't be
have
proven.
been.
Yeah. Oh yeah, triage. You also noticed that we now have ground vehicles in a shuttle.
Uh-oh.
Yep. In triage, if you want to start your downtime, your long-term project of like meeting up with Albin and like getting some preliminary readings and stuff, we can definitely do that. But you're not able to get a hold of Pip right now.
Okay, that's fine. But I don't.
So what-
yeah, we don't need to go into it. I just like to start that project.
Well, we'll roll some dice for it in a second then.
What do I do to lay low?
You tell me what you do to get people to pay less attention to you over there.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is I call all my contacts and basically say like, hey, can you lose this file? Hey, can you hack this person? Hey, can you know what I mean? I basically
It sounds like consort. Sounds a lot like consort.
I slowly like piece by piece like remove any kind of indication that we were there.
Okay, roll your consort.
And just so you know, I get +1 dice because I have favors owed.
Then use your +1 die.
Fortune.
I assume it's risky.
So it's a fortune roll.
Oh, fortune.
Yeah. So you just use the dice that you would have plus the other dice.
Roll fortune.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh. It's a
Mm.
good thing we don't have any water levels there, because it automatically just takes out 2 heat.
Yep, it'll just take off 2 heat.
Ouch.
You're not wanted, so it's okay. It just was not super effective. But like Saint was saying, the mechanics of this, it really doesn't matter what you rolled.
Yeah.
Thank
you don't have
God.
a one letter level wanted.
I feel like he finally relieved all that stress. It was like, hey, he's like falling asleep on the phone. You know?
You really phoned that one in, face. Cool. All right, so clear some heat. Sounds good. Triage. Do you want to roll like maybe doctor for this downtime, long term?
I feel like
Maybe
study makes a little
study?
bit more
Sure,
sense
sure.
for right now. How am I rolling this?
It is a fortune roll. You use your ranks in study +1 because you're helping your friend, or your friend is helping you. You're helping your friend is helping you help your friend.
Help us help
That's
you.
not great.
Oh.
Okay, so you get one tick on your clock.
Cool. Okay.
How long is that clock again?
Oh, sorry, it should be an 8 clock if I
Yeah, it
had
would
not
be an
already
8 segment
specified.
Cool.
clock.
Okay.
Rin is going to be back. I know what I'm gonna do with
Okay.
my other action, and maybe spending some cred depending on how it goes. I'm a go indulge my vice, because oh boy
Yeah.
do I.
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, I'm gonna go because we established that there is like a meeting, like at least one of these like Ashtari cult meeting centers.
On Warren, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Communion halls or whatever we're calling them. Yeah.
Repositories?
Repositories. Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember if Critus is here, if the Herald is here, or an Iota. I don't remember where I put them.
I don't know if we've specified that.
They're either in Rin or Iota from what I remember, but I don't remember which.
Let's see. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay. I mean, we could establish that they're on Warren.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think that we have established a location for them yet, so.
Cool. Yeah, then we'll say they're on Warren, or just so we can, you know, put them down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put them on Warren.
Cool.
Are you gonna get their help?
Yeah, I haven't talked to them in months, so.
Yeah, like tell me about Herald Critus?
Critus is I have to assume that they're human.
Sure.
Yeah, they're human. They're human. They're very tall. Is their like very distinct thing? Like they're very tall, but they like look fairly indistinct otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
They generally like when they're in the repository, they wear like some old robes that were like in style before the hegemony took over the Procyon sector.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they have like kind of like what color their hair be for this? They got black hair. It's like kind of goes down. They got in a braid that goes like around around their right shoulder and down to probably like their lower torso.
Okay.
And they got some like dull green eyes.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to know about them?
What honorific would the Herald call you?
That's a good question. Aspirant?
Aspirant?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And would you be Aspirant Lotus, Aspirant Hill, Aspirant Flashbulb?
Aspirant Hill.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The cult doesn't use my cool call sign.
I don't know. It's a cult.
It's true, but they don't use it, you know.
All right, so Aspirant Hill, it is so good to see you. It has been a long time.
It's been a long time, Harold. I've been out of Warren for a while, but you know, I went into the cloud at one point. I have contact there.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I've had some interesting encounters more lately.
Oh, have you recorded them in your book?
Yes, I have. And she like takes out from her flight suit this like small red leather book.
Mm-hmm.
She like passes it over. Is the only time you would ever see her write with like a pencil and paper because everything else would be digital.
Yeah. So he takes it and like gently like starts leaping through it. And like and hums, and he's gonna like actually take the time to read what you wrote and like kind of digest that. So it's gonna take many minutes.
Right.
Until finally he'll stop and he'll say, "It seems like you are making incredible progress in your journey."
Thank you, Harold. Yeah, I think so. I have a mission, and it's been reinforced by that. So,
do you wish to share? I don't think you've spoken of this mission to me before.
No, it's evolved, so to speak. You know there is a base that I was created from, so to speak. A progenitor. And my intention is to find them. Like some answers.
I see. Interesting.
I haven't found them through the cloud yet, but maybe it'll come up.
I'd never considered the implications before. I'm always thinking of myself and my ancestors. They kind of chuckle. Like, hand your book back over to you.
Yeah, she takes it and she tucks it back into her flight suit and zips it up. She's like, I mean, that is everyone's prerogative, is it not?
Always.
Well, in that venture, I need to talk to my ancestors.
Oh, yes, of course. Let me take you to a room.
Cool. Yeah, let's indulge some vice.
Yeah, let's see them dice.
Do I get bonus from him helping me, or he doesn't count as a friend? He's just a purveyor, so
Yeah, he's your vice purveyor. He doesn't count
That's-
as a friend.
that's fine.
He's very polite, but I don't think
Yeah.
he's not a friend.
4. Okay.
Will you make a donation to the church?
Yes, I'm making a donation to the church.
Okay.
Do it again. Let's see if I overindulge.
Give us your money if you want to get really high on ancestor dubs.
I mean, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to refill. It's not just a donation. It's also refill my emergency supply because Face
Right.
Face stole some of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was important.
Oof. Yikes.
Well,
Oh, well, all right. I don't have any more money to spend, so I'm not going to.
Okay.
That memory of Face running in with the empty glass, it's haunting me.
Yep. You managed to refill it, but it's more stressful than you would have liked.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Glitch, welcome back. What do you do
Thanks,
for your
sis.
downtime?
I will also bother triage because, hey, you're back. Fix me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I need you to fix me. I'm gonna sit down in the little psychiatrist chair and talk about all of my problems. Just gonna offload everything that's been going on while you were off getting high and having fun.
Including like all the weirdness between you and Face.
And it's just been so awkward. He said he wanted to smash, but then he didn't want to smash, and he kissed me, and it was nice, but then he acted like he didn't remember it happened, and we both enjoy other people's company, so I'm not upset that he ran off to go find some other floozy, but he didn't even consider asking me first. Also, be careful. My ribs are badly cracked and I'm bruised, and I definitely ran into a door for this black guy.
I just love that you're talking to Triage about this of all people. That's amazing. Triage is like probably so uncomfortable.
Yep.
Yeah, a bit.
I love the difference between the styles of Glitch being like, you could be somebody I just unload on, and then Flashbulb was just like, you only need to know the essentials.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't ask if you wanted to be my psychiatrist. You got doctor in front of your name, so I just assume it's an all-encompassing blanket term.
So I guess I'm like, I guess just talk to him. I don't it's gonna be awkward until you get it out in the open. Talking to me is not gonna help. You gotta talk to them.
I think your bedside manner needs work.
I like stick them with a needle.
Ow.
Like a little harder than I'm supposed to. It's not like a random needle. It's like the one I'm supposed to be sticking them with. I just stick them hard.
Yep. Let's just stick you with space syphilis. It's fine.
That's
Glitch
not...
goes on Yelp. She's like 1 star.
1 star. Got injected with space syphilis.
Yeah,
Would not go back to doctor.
It's getting stuck with the needle, and then afterward, Triage says, "Oh, this'll hurt. This'll prick a little bit."
Yeah. Mind the prick.
I pretend to sneeze while I'm sticking the needle in, but I stick them in the
Oh.
cheekbone.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah, no.
Ouch. Ouch.
Anywho, but I just say, look, like, I'm not a doctor for relationship advice. That's not my thing. If you couldn't tell. But
you could come out with me sometime. You did pretty well with that young man who we robbed of his entire bank account that one day. He seemed nice.
That
Have
was
you called him lately?
That was incredibly painful and difficult for me. I never want to do anything like that again.
Well,
But if you would like me to create a concoction for you to, I don't know, sway Face into the feelings you desire from him,
that is
maybe
incredibly
you can
devious,
fund me.
unethical, and horrible. I love it, but please
It's
don't
perfect.
Oh,
But please
Oh,
don't
no.
do it. Player me wants that to happen, but character me does not. That is some delicious drama, but no, I don't think Glitch would be into that.
I mean, yeah. So that's the extent of the relationship advice I offer.
Fix me up, fam.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice.
Doctor. Doctor. Damn.
Hey,
That's a crit.
that is a crit. Fix me up, fam.
Nice.
So that's 5 ticks.
It doesn't matter. She only has.
Oh, she only has
It's-
one harm. Never mind.
It just
It all
it
goes
just
away.
It's all
it just
gone.
goes to show that medicine is best injected directly into the cheekbone.
Yeah, directly injected. So all of this bad stuff is gone.
Yep.
Hooray.
You did it.
We did it. It's taken weeks.
Yeah.
This must be direct. This must be injected directly into the jugular. Nowhere else.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Oh, lovely.
So
That's everybody's
Well, I got more, don't I?
downtimes. Oh
Yeah.
no, you have another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Do more
And-
downtime.
and the bailing wire mech tape.
Yeah, I do have baling wire and mech tape to fix the ship up too, if it
Do we
needs
need
any
to fix
work.
the ship? I don't think it
No.
work right
Okay.
now.
So then I'm just doing, standard maintenance there then. My other one would be working on building the Urbot body. That would just be rig roll, yeah?
Yes, that's a rig roll because you're just building a body.
Alrighty. And just remember, I have Tinker, so when you work on a clock with Rig or Hack, or when you study a schematic, fill +1 segment. So hopefully this works, and hopefully it's a critical so I can add cool stuff to it too. Position? No, wait, it's just a
It's
fortune roll, isn't it?
yeah, it's a fortune roll.
Oh, that didn't count.
This is not
Dang.
particularly dangerous.
Yeah. Number of dice. That would be based on the rig one, right? 3.
Yeah.
Yes. And whoopah! There's a 6 in there.
Nice. That's three ticks.
Ooh, that's finished. It's
Nice.
alive.
Yay!
Well, the body is
Yay.
complete, and you have the core, and now you need to hook them up.
Oh, okay. That's
This is
fair.
not
No, that's fair.
simple.
That's construction. You're right. No, it's fine.
It's not. I mean, it's a whole nother step.
That's fine. Probably call Keycard and her gang to help set that up because they should be a part of it. Be like, hey, want to help boot up this Urbot?
I feel like she's, laying low right now, but
That's not going to be always.
that's true. We'll
Base
see.
Netflix, chill, boot up Urbot.
Do you
Triage
remember
is
how-
not here.
Do you remember how your I was gonna say, do you remember how your last Space Netflix and chill went?
Triage is not here. They got injected out the airlock.
No, I didn't. How did I
Shut
get
up. How are
injected
you
out
even
the
on this call?
Triage is fine. She went on a just journey of self-discovery.
Yeah. You don't want to associate with her. She does things like drugs. It's bad.
Oh no, she does drugs.
Says the drug dealing crew.
After you spend however long with Face, just geeked out of his mind.
Oh jeez, that must have been really awkward on the way back.
Just him coming down.
Yep, coming down and having the whole UST happening. Because it
Yeah.
very much is unresolved.
Yeah, that is the last of my
See-
downtime.
It's so funny too, because the only thing Face knows was like she all of a sudden came onto him, and he just wants to make sure that like this is okay. He's like confused.
Yeah.
It's not okay. You done goofed. Yeah, I figured I could hold
So-
on to that stress for a little while because it plays up her not being happy with the situation currently.
What's the packet losses? Daring and saucy, that's right. You get an invitation to a nightclub, a very upscale club on Warren. It is called the Mirror Maze. And there is a one Madame Gowardam is requesting an audience with the packet loss and their skills.
I mean, Face is always down to go to a club, so I'm in.
How do you spell her name? And
Gourdan.
D-A-N.
Gowardam.
Cool. Do we know anything about her? Have we heard this name before? I guess is a better question.
Maybe.
Could I try to find out a little bit more before we go to this nightclub?
Sure.
Okay.
You wanna make a gather information roll?
Yeah, I would. That would be great. I'm going to. I don't think I'm gonna ask around. I think instead I'm gonna look up on the space net, about her.
Okay.
Yeah. So, is that a study or
It's study.
study? Okay, cool.
I mean,
will-
if you want to delve into private databases,
I'm good for
Or-
now. I just want some.
okay,
I just want some, base information right now.
then
So,
that's a study.
fortune roll 1 die. Who is she? Not great.
You know that she is the proprietor of the Mirror Maze,
Okay.
and she's very well connected. Like, she seems to be like, you've got a dozen pictures of her from like different HNN articles and interviews, and she's at every gallery opening and has been seen with people from within the governor's circle, but also people within like some people who you recognize as being in the more criminal circuit, that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, we're not going to turn it, as Faye said, not going to turn down this invitation.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would
2 thumbs up.
as a flashback thing, because I forgot to say this, I would like to send some information with, asking Face about this. The information about the job that we were offered back on Omega to Satani.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to let her know because yeah.
I agree.
Okay, cool. glad we're on the same
I got distracted with things and then club.
Mhm.
But yes, we definitely
Mhm.
need to take care of that as soon as possible.
Yeah, so we're gonna send that to Satani. Just be like,
Yep.
hey, this is a thing that's happening. I don't know anything about these people, but we know this is a thing that's happening.
The thing. Hey,
Do you know anybody we could talk to about this? Because we
Yeah,
can't exactly call 911.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you sent her this message and she's like, that's disturbing. I'll look into it.
Excellent. Cool. So I guess what are we all wearing to this club? Oh,
What kind of? How fancy is the club?
that's a good question.
Very fancy.
Ooh.
It's gonna be very fancy.
This is like probably only Face is comfortable with this level of fancy.
Oh. Well,
Well,
considering I definitely can't walk in there wearing a flight suit.
Flashbulb is in her fanciest spacesuit. Yeah.
well,
I mean-
actually, it hasn't come up yet, but Glitch is from Imperial Core Worlds, so she probably is that fancy.
Oh, that is true. She is like a designer baby and all of that, so that makes sense.
Flashbulb is good. I bet the first thing she asks is like, "Can I go there in my spacesuit?"
How fancy is the spacesuit?
It's like you can go there in Face's spacesuit.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could borrow Faces.
Knowing that he had custom made.
It might fit a bit.
Flashbulb
small.
shows up and she's like, I thought it was a costume party.
Yeah, it's like that's a little small for me. Face. I don't think I'll ever ask you this again, and I definitely never asked you this before. But I need some help.
Okay.
I need some fashion advice.
Yeah.
or even and like looks at Glitch like a makeover.
You see her eyes brighten.
Yeah, like Face like and like basically throws Flashbulb over his shoulder and like runs to his store. He's like, come on, everybody.
We've got this.
Oh, boy. We get the makeover sequence.
Yes. I love it.
She's all that.
So I like want to cut to you guys walking confidently into the club, and a picture we've got Face first, most obviously Face-like, then followed by Glitch in all of her best gear, and then we get to see what Flashbulb looks like. So how is Face kitted out to go to this club?
So I feel like he's wearing a very like Eastern inspired top. So it's like a tunic, except it buttons this way. And it's got like gold and silver silk, like kind of interwoven in an interstellar kind of pattern. He's wearing, that kind of like silver shark skin type of reflective material.
Yeah.
That's what he's got for his pants. He's wearing a very fancy set of rich brown shoes with black gridding on the top, right below the laces, with like probably some kind of like metal accent on the side. He's wearing his earring, obviously, like he always does. But now he probably has like an extra chain and maybe a ring, like a thumb ring. And he probably has his hair slicked back and a set of sunglasses that he takes off as they enter.
Cool.
So fancy.
Glitch, what about you? What style is Glitch rocking?
Glitch is rocking a nice traditional Imperial style. It's probably like an outfit they haven't seen before, but it fits that same level of elegance, probably just a step down below Face because that's his forte, but she can kind of match and keep up. It is a black and silver dress, no shoulder straps. They actually are like past the arms a little bit. They hug like that. I don't know what that style is called, but
I know what you're talking about.
And it's a very nice cut that leaves the shoulders and stuff bare. She's got one of the like shawls that go around the arms as well, but instead of it being like a thin cloth material, it's the fuzzy kind that is the same kind of fuzz that matches her tail and ear fur. The skirt probably goes just above the knees, and she probably has nice shoes that aren't heeled because we're at a club, so she expects to dance. And her hair is in a nice updo that rolls up into the bun, and it has traditional earth chopsticks in it, holding it in place. And she probably has some nice dress wear glasses that she doesn't need to wear, just to kind of make the outfit look very like fancy, sexy librarian.
I'm sure that goes really nice with the fox.
Dancy,
aesthetic, too.
sexy librarian.
Fancy, sexy librarian. It's fine.
So while you were gone, Outro, they have decided to go into this club to meet with Madame Gaudan. Is Triage joining them? And if so, what amazing club outfit is she wearing?
Is she going to showcase her?
Obviously, her clubbing lab coat. No, she's not going to show off the new lab
I was
coat.
waiting for your lab coat description because I think that's hysterical.
What's this new lab coat? I'm excited.
Well, it's a cropped lab. No, I'm not going to tell you the new lab coat. That's for a later
Oh, okay.
time.
All right.
This
right,
is
right.
her. She has a clubbing lab coat already. Thanks.
As you do.
As you do.
This also has to be this has to be the expensive clubbing lab coat.
Yes,
Yeah. This is the very
Okay, cool.
highest level clubbing.
high end lab coat.
So
High-end
it
level.
is a cropped lab coat, cut off like around like the level of rib cage. It's like a very light blue with dark buttons, but she doesn't have it buttoned. The collar, I guess, is like, I don't know, sewn into it glow sticks, but like permanent glow sticks. So the collar is just glowing.
So
Underneath,
like LEDs, basically.
yeah, pretty much.
Also,
Underneath, she's wearing like very high end like ace bandage wrap, but like black around her lady parts. And then on the like her bottom half is just like, I don't know, like silver scrubs with like blinking lights on them.
That's a look. I heard cropped lab coat, and now I'm imagining a tailcoat with like glow sticks in it.
Yeah, there we go.
I love it.
She just waves her neck around like.
Yeah, and the tails wave behind her when she.
Good times.
I love it.
All right, and then post makeover flashbulb.
Yeah, what did y'all get her? What are you making her wear? Considering she wears
you
a
got the works, my friend.
Okay.
So I know this woman can't walk around in pumps. So she's got some very fancy boots.
Nice.
Probably with like platforms. Not too high, obviously, because we don't want her falling over.
She's already tall.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
She is going to be giant goddess.
Yes. Basically, that's what I'm
Hi.
going for. She has one of those ruffle skirts that kind of starts at the top and bells down the bottom, so that the front is shorter than the back.
Yeah.
And it kind of like ruffles around. And with that, we got her some really, really nice stockings that have like the pattern on the front, like the X cross, going all the way down the front. Let's see what we can do as far as tops go.
She's wearing a Prince top, like a ruffled purple top.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't clash with the neon blue hair and the gold eyes, which she might be wearing sunglasses in here too. Because
I was gonna say, or are they gonna give you contacts?
ooh,
So
So
let's
it's
go with the
yellow.
contacts and make it
Okay.
like an exotic color. So
Purple.
More
maybe she has
exotic
like
than
purple
gold.
contacts or something.
purple contacts, sweet.
Yeah.
I really want to give her some kind of fancy blouse, but I'm not sure what to do. Maybe we make it like a plunging V.
Okay.
So it's like a halter top basically, but it plunges way down in the front. And it's kind of like held up in the back by like an attachment that goes under your arms that you can't see. So it basically kind of looks like it defies the laws of physics, if you know what I mean.
Perfect.
Also, it's a space opera.
Right.
I mean, it literally defies the laws of physics as we know it because we've invented new laws of physics.
Take
which
that,
are then and
physics.
now.
Take that, physics. We have passion physics.
I take it back. Underneath my cropped lab coat, I'm wearing a plug suit. You can't change my mind.
Is it just the like halter top, or do I have like a jacket over it or something?
Not a jacket, probably a shawl of some kind.
Okay, cool.
And we probably have like your hair in some kind of crazy updo.
A shawl or a scarf?
Probably like a shawl, like something you
Okay.
can put your arms in, but that's not like a jacket. you
Right,
know?
right. Okay, cool. Yeah, she's got the contacts and the updo, which is very strange for her because she's had like this, left swept.
Hair over her face. Yep.
Yeah, it's like slightly uncomfortable, but also like I feel good.
Mm. And you don't look like yourself.
No, that's that.
You probably have we probably have a moment of you like looking at like there's a mirror over the bar in the club and you catch a glimpse of yourself and you're like, what?
Yeah, just like that's weird.
Yeah.
Looks back.
Wait, is this going to be Flashbulb's first opportunity to feel themselves?
Mhm.
Are we going to get a Flashbulb feeling themselves moment?
No.
Damn.
No.
Are you feeling what we're putting down?
So, Madame Gaudan is going to have you guys come back to her office,
Mhm.
and she has you sit down and it's like, you will all be free to join the club in a moment, but I've heard of your exploits. Your crew is positively daring and, dare I say, saucy. It's perfect for what my associates and I have in mind.
Excellent. Well, we're always up for business opportunities, but daring and saucy is right up our alley.
Well, I suppose this will take a little bit of cleverness and a little bit of clever tongues. We need someone to move product for us. It seems that someone has stirred up a hornet's nest with this governor's theft. It's been making getting anything in or out of Rin troublesome at best, really. And she opens up a drawer, pulls out something. She kind of palms it, closes the drawer, and then slides it across the table. And I don't know which of you will recognize this. I'm assuming Face, but anybody, probably Triage also. This is an ampule of a party drug called Haze. And she says, I'm sure you've all seen this drug before. It's quite popular. But, you see, we normally have above board shipments heading out places, but our usual crews are not willing to have anything risky on board. So we're looking for some outside help. Just a run, maybe two, until the overall heat here in Rin dies down, you understand?
Of course. I mean, this is our specialty. That being the case, though, what are we talking as far as compensation?
Well, there's a two-part job. One, we need these. We need a shipment sent out to Nightfall. And there's, if it's not happening on Nightfall, it's not happening. And she readjusts herself and well, Mere Maze here is quite an upscale club as far as Warren is concerned. It doesn't hold a candle to half of what's available on Nightfall. And I'm sure you understand that.
I am quite well aware. Nightfall is probably my favorite place in the surrounding areas.
You have good tastes. Essentially, what I need is someone to make a delivery there, and then swing by a techie and pick up a couple of crates, bring them back here. Well, not here, actually. There's a warehouse on the other side of the moon. I'll give you all of the details, but...
Excellent. We can do that.
Fantastic. When you return here with the goods, having made your delivery, it will... I will be able to pay you out 8 credits.
He actually looks back at Flashbulb, and he's like, hey, what was that other job that we just got? Weren't they asking, what, 10 credits?
15, if I remember correctly.
I hear you're trying to negotiate here. Would you like to maybe make a roll?
I sure can.
Would you like to help?
Yeah, I would like to help.
Okay.
Do you want to go with Sway or Consort? Because I don't know what this is.
I feel like that is Sway. You're being a little less than honest, but definitely manipulating.
I feel like we're probably risky, right?
Yeah, I think it's risky. You might just be told, shut up and go home.
Right. Fact standard?
Yes.
Okay.
And you got the extra die from Saint.
Yeah.
Now if only Roll20 would respond.
There it is.
Ooh, there it
double
is.
sixes.
Excellent.
Wow.
Good crit. Oh,
That
we
is
get
a
a gambit.
crit.
We get a gambit from that too.
Nice.
So she says, you're right, it's quite a distance out to Brackenback. Fine. I can get you 10 creds if you manage this. Yeah, should help pay for your ship's maintenance and fuels. But the way she says it, you feel like you could probably twist her arm for a little bit more.
So here's where I'm gonna push it. I don't want more credits out of her, but what I do want is to make her think that we're doing her a favor. So basically what I'm going to go in with is like, we're in very high demand right now, but I want to make this a good working relationship with us. So I will take this offer that she's giving me because I like her, kind of thing. Like we operate on the same wavelength, and we both have good taste. So I'm going to accept her offer in that vein.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and roll another sway there to
Sure.
convince her that that this is you doing her a favor.
Let's get that +1 with the faction before we even do the job.
Hell yeah. Get it.
I feel like I'm going to spend that gambit that I just got too, because that'll make it nice and easy.
Sure.
Position effect.
It's still risky standard.
It's a success.
Hold on. I think that's going to kick it down to a partial success, and she's going to basically believe that you have other jobs lined out, lined up. Not like you're doing her a special favor by having done this job, but like she's lucky that she got you before you signed any other contracts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I get you. So that works for me.
Cool. Well, I think that's a good time for us to wrap up then, and then we can actually start the job next time.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Let's do some XPs.
Expose.
Starting with your ship, the packet loss. Did you execute a successful transport or smuggling operation? You did! Good job. Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
Are the agony above our current station?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well then, yes.
Yeah, that could have ended poorly if you had reacted differently in places.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also rolled poorly in other places. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
I feel like we did just now a little bit.
Yeah. Also going in hot on a quarantine planet.
Yeah, that's true
pretty.
too.
That was pretty ballsy. That was pretty ballsy. Okay. And did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
We definitely got the money aspect this time.
Yeah, definitely.
We were all about that cash.
Yeah. And also the conflict of like, well,
Yeah.
maybe don't take this job, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We really did show the crew more this time than anything else, because this is a crew that loves money, but not over everything, right?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. We have standards.
Right.
So 5 overall, that sounds good.
Okay. Yep, that sounds right. Cool.
No level up.
No level up.
I mean, we just
Okay.
leveled up last time, so I think
Yeah, we
You
did.
to be
All right,
expected.
Face. Did you address a tough challenge with deception or influence?
Yes. I feel like pretty much all of my roles with the those crazy people were definitely that.
You were like, I'm totally calm here. I'm
Yeah,
totally calm."
exactly.
Yeah, that was
No, nothing at all is wrong. No.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
So I talked about one of my contacts. I did talk about clearing some heat and how I dealt with that. I also talked about some of my drives and beliefs as far as like, dude, we cannot be taking this job.
And you also expressed your heritage, where you made sure that you were prominently displaying your earring,
Mhm.
necklace, and thumb ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also gave me a complete makeover, but that's neither here nor
No, that definitely counts.
You can only get 2 XP for this trigger, no matter how many times you did all of those things.
I know, but,
But
you
it
know,
just
laying
feels
Um,
good to do it.
yeah,
it
laying it
does.
out there.
Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
So I would say I'm going to give myself 1 point with this, because I got myself super high and then just whacked off in my room until like after the shuttle was ready to leave.
Yep.
So
That
'Cause,
was
like,
that was struggling.
he was
real
full on
struggling.
stress and then couldn't do anything about it. So
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Great. Triage.
Hi.
You were only in here for the half the session, but you still did some stuff. You helped
Uh-huh.
everybody.
Yeah, I did one of those compassion things.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
you
wasn't
did.
a tough challenge, but
I mean, a lot of people would have punched Glitch in the face.
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Thanks.
Okay, by a lot of people, I might just mean Flashbulb.
Yeah, probably just Flashbulb, which is why
Probably
she doesn't
just
tell-
Flash.
which is why she doesn't tell Flashbulb these things.
Yep.
They have other
True.
things they can work on, like a bike in complete silence.
We've done it before. We'll do it again.
Yep.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, Triage?
I mean, I could argue that my background as a doctor, because I wore a Dr. Nightclub thing, but no, not really.
You didn't tell us about your cool new coat, so
I'm gonna save that for a rainy day.
You did do your long-term project stuff, like you
I
pursued
did
that.
start it.
That's true.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, definitely. And really, if you want to say about your your nightclub lab coat. I think that follows with issues from your vice. Can't not wear lab coat.
Yep.
No lab
Look-
cute. Cannot compute.
Lab tailcoat, even.
It's perfect.
It's amazing.
Glitch.
Oh.
Did you address a tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity?
I did address them. Did I do it successfully? No.
Doesn't matter.
But they were done.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yes. Much to people not wanting to hear it. Yeah, I think she did, and like she did it to Triage who didn't want to hear it, and then she expressed it through her outfit as well.
Yeah. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
Can I double down on the talking to Triage about it, because she chose not to go relieve her relieve her stress and stuff because she was still dealing with being upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think it would
you're
only
like...
qualify as one. I don't think there was anything else that justified it, but oh no, I played in Haunted as well. When we were when they mentioned releasing more of the Void Beasts, she had her Haunted kicked in and she was not okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fine. Why are you so upset? I don't understand.
No, if it hadn't,
seems legit.
If it hadn't Cthulhu mind ravaged her, she would have been fine with it.
A flashbulb. Did you address a tough challenge with speed or flair?
Oh, you better believe I did.
All the speed, all the flare.
All the
Gotta
speed,
go
all the
fast.
flare. Yeah, the speed really came in with, going in hot in Omega and pulling it off with all of the professionalism and ingenuity that you could expect from Flashbulb. And the flare came up with just being a perfect shuttle pilot.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yes. Especially with that conversation with Harold Critus.
Yeah. That was a good moment.
Yeah, and being the shuttle pilot was also a like, hey, this is the thing I do. And she was just like kept calling face, just being like, hey, you want me to be out there? I can be out there.
You want to shoot somebody? I can shoot somebody right now.
You can shoot that guy real good.
That almost feels like you were struggling with your trauma.
Just a little bit, yeah. It was both my belief and my trauma right there, so.
There you go.
But yeah, I don't have any. My vice stuff still hasn't come up because only one person on the crew knows I'm part of a cult.
For now.
Soon.
No, that's probably
one day.
Yeah. All right, so that's 5. Cool.
Awesome. That's everybody.
Yeah.
I am going to tick Sway into 3 flips.
Okay.
I'm going to get command so I can go around commanding people. Definitely not threatening or intimidating them.
No, yeah, never. No. Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
So oddly enough, I'm going to take the complete reverse of that because I filled up my playbook. So I'm going to take heart to heart. So whenever I provide meaningful insight or heartfelt advice, me and the crewmate that I'm speaking to clear 1 stress.
Ooh.
I almost took Mechanic's heart, so that would have been really funny. When you speak from your heart, your words can reach even the most hardened criminal, and you gain 1 potency. Y'all, where I come from, folk don't do that to each other.
Yeah.
Because all engineers are country.
The Imperial Core Worlds, they don't do that to each other.
Nope, no sir.
Oh, jeez.
If Firefly taught me anything, the Imperial Core Worlds do no wrong.
Uh-huh.
That's the opposite of the one I learned from Firefly.
Yep, same.
I mean,
were we watching the same Firefly?
I mean,
I was trying to overindulge, and then the dice were just like, nah, you're just gonna roll low instead.
Just not gonna get that roll. But that
could have been pretty funny though.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah,
right.
We looked fly walking to that nightclub.
We did.
Yeah, faux show.
If somebody wants to make art of that, feel very free to, because I would love
that
it.
was pretty spiffy.
Yeah.
I did.
I liked it being glitch match too. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that was completely on accident
Mhm.
and in no way planned out.
No, it's not.
Great. Well, let's do some outros then. I think it's that time.
Alrighty, let's get it, guys.
Who's starting?
I'll go. I'm outro.
Cool. Hi.
Hi,
Outro,
I'm
start the
outro. I have been streaming random things. I finished Parasite Eve, and I can't figure out what spooky game to play next, but it'll probably be Soma. So I'll be doing that whenever I sit down and figure out when I can start to do that.
So much quality.
Other than that, I'm here on Thursdays, so yeah, and I tweet. So you can find me on the Twitter all the time.
On the tweets. You can find me on the tweets.
On the Twitter.
But yeah, that's me.
All right, I guess I will go next. Hi, I am Rhys. You can also find me saying funny things on the twits at Rhys. You can find me on twitch.tv/Rhys. I am currently doing a Borderlands 3 FLAC playthrough. But I am also trying to rope outro into a hysterical Terraria playthrough. So that should be interesting if I can ever get that going. And I am also working on a potential weekly talk show. So I'll keep everybody updated on that kind of thing. So yeah, I got, for once, I have some things going on. So stay tuned.
I want to in on the
Fantastic.
talk show.
Hello, I'm Kelsa, and I play role-playing games on the internet. Besides running this game, I also, over on my own channel, play every other Monday. Consumed will be back this Monday. On Tuesdays, I'm over on the Greyhawk channel, where we are playing D&D, surprisingly, considering all of my other games. And I play Bojko, a half-orc barbarian, and he smash, but not
Half-Orc Barbarian is so good.
not in the same way that Glitch Smash is. It's
Yeah,
a very
you do.
different way.
I mean, does it have to be, though? Why not?
Exactly. Yeah, he's just
Barbarian wants snoo.
not into the other one. Yeah, not really.
No
He-
crushed pelvises. Alright.
He's if he crushes a pelvis, it's with his warhammer.
That's fair.
Yeah. Obviously here Thursdays for Packet Loss, I run this game and I love it. On Saturdays, and I'm sure that Saint will talk more about this, over on my channel we are playing Republic City by Night, which is so good. We just had session 0 and I'm super into it. It is a Legend of Korra Forged in the Dark game, written and ran by Saintguard, who we'll talk about it in just a second. Because I also have to mention, on Sundays, I am over on AP Gaming Reels channel, where we are playing the Game of Thrones game, where it's like Game of Thrones, but with custom houses, and we're not following the plot of the movie or the books. It's just kind of set in that world around the same time that the books started. We're gonna have our own little petty fights. That's me. You can follow me on Twitter at Kelsa, Twitch and YouTube, KelsaDelphi. Hand it over to Saintguard.
Hi, everybody. My name is Saintguard. I'm a variety streamer and sometimes jam at tabletop role-playing games. Usually you can find me over on my own channel at twitch.tv/Saintguard. You can also follow me on Twitter at Saintguard, last name with LY at the end. You can also follow me on Instagram and see all my Inktober stuff over there as well. Yeah, I am here on Thursdays playing this, and it's great. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, I might be doing prep for Republic City by Night, which I'll talk about in a second, but otherwise I will be doing Darkest Dungeon, which I've been switching off with the Dead Space games, because I finished Dead Space 1 this week, and we started Dead Space 2 this week. So, fun Spooktober things. What I'm going to play after? Probably Disco Elysium, because that game looks crazy enough.
Amazing.
Right? Looks fantastic. We'll talk about that later. But on Saturday, as Kelsa has talked about already, I am going to be running a game that I designed called Republic City by Night. It is a Legend of Korra Forged in the Dark game. The party that we have are our intrepid investigators, as it might be, the Jidao detectives, are going to be doing their first case, and I'm very, very excited. They made...
Also, just interrupt, because this was a really good gem. Just tell them what Jidao means so that it really lands.
Yes, the Jidao detectives, the knockout detectives, the official, with an asterisk next to it, private investigators of the Pro Bending Federation.
Oh, yeah.
We have a car that says Pro Bending Federation on the side of it.
So good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see episode 1. We watched episode 0, Outro, Nerd Fluffle, and myself all at my house, and like we were so excited.
Yeah,
It was all great.
this group has created 31 NPCs before we even started the game. It's gonna be good.
Like, I didn't mean to.
No, it's not your fault. Y'all, we have 5 player characters already.
It's like a disease.
It's not your fault. Other people were involved.
Look, I just need to practice my Shiro Shinobi voice so we can get on with all of this. I need an intro and an outro for it. So follow us along at twitch.tv/Kelsa. Delphi. Thank you. Sometimes I don't have the script, and doing improv on radio is actually much harder than you might expect.
Newsflash from Republic City.
Good.
So yeah,
Perfect.
join us on Saturday. It starts at 3 p.m. Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Oh, I guess that leaves me. Also, I didn't run Saints. Oop, there it is.
Hey,
it's me. I'm Rendis. You're on our channel. We run tabletop RPGs 5 days out of the week now because we went and dropped Band of Blades because it was just too much of a workload for me to handle currently. You can catch us tomorrow. We'll be doing Shay's story time while she continues. Oh, why is this off center? What happened over here that messed up the overlay? I guess we're almost done, so it doesn't matter, but it's just very weird that this overlay messed up. Shay's story time will be tomorrow. She will continue reading Shipbreaker, and she believes that we will be done in another session or 2. If she could get it done this week, it would probably be great, because then we could go right on vacation and not have to worry about it. But I think she might be able to read it on, well, because my flight is late, so she might be able to still stream that day. But we will be able to play next week. The 31st, I will be out of town because I'll be on vacation with Shay. Much deserved. I haven't seen her since June, so I'm looking forward to seeing her again. And also meeting her family. Weekly schedule. Saturday, we will be hopefully playing more Descent into Avernus. There were family tragedies that happened last week. We didn't get to play. Sunday, we are not playing anything. Last week we played Tomb of Annihilation over on Forgebreaker's channel, where I got to reintroduce my dead ranger, who finally is back from the dead as a revenant. I reskinned him from Awful Ranger to being a rogue Oath of Vengeance paladin. And the first round of combat, I criticaled on my sneak attack / smite and blew shit up. It was amazing. Monday, we play Force for the Trees, which is a homebrew 1920s inspired high fantasy game. Currently, the group has united. They fought angels, and they found out that there are not just the 2 factions that the groups work for, but there are also planar factions that seem to have an interest in this world, and the world is divided up where devils, demons, and celestials each have a claim on different continents, and they are not allowed to interact with each other on the opposing continents, and when you do, bad things happen, as we saw in this week's episode.
Also trash griffins.
Yes, we introduced trash griffins, which are just pigeon griffins, and they are gigantic, and you can use them as mounts. And they also probably eat halflings, but that is neither here nor there. Oh, I guess there's going to be a one-shot event called where basically one of the poorer neighborhoods get overrun with trash griffins and other creatures, and they basically eat people. So that'll be fun when we get to it. Tuesdays, we play Vancouver by Night, a 5th edition Vampire the Masquerade game. We did a spin-off side story involving a reoccurring guest character's coterie, where I got to play a Thin Blood masquerading as a Toreador. Nobody figured out that I was a Thin Blood until the storyteller accidentally dropped that I have baby teeth to the whole cast. And so everybody's like, wait, Toreadors don't get baby teeth? It's like, yeah, about that. So, yeah, he spoiled that because I was keeping up appearances really good as a Toreador. But I also got to run around with a cool sword, and I definitely didn't accidentally leave somebody bleeding out on a toilet after feeding because I have baby teeth. Wednesdays, we are over on Forgebreaker's channel where we play either his homebrew Civil War game or Storm's King's Thunder, which is what we did yesterday. We finished looting 2 dragon hordes with a buttload of money and went to a dwarven citadel where we promptly spent most of that money. Our wizard now has a Staff of Power, and we were more than happy to dump probably half of our funds into just getting that for him. So, there's that. We're level 8, and he has a Staff of Power. That's fine. Not broken at all. That's it, because Thursdays we're here. Yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid. Also, outro, thank you
Gaming's
for...
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, outro, thank you for the sub bombs. They will unlock a new emote, which will probably be a Vancouver by Night emote. I just have to decide what it will be and get it going. Yes, AP Gaming is playing. Hopefully they will not be ending when I send people over there, because that seems to be every single time I raid somebody.
They usually go
That's the
on
thing.
for like another hour and a quarter,
Okay,
so
Great.
should be okay.
Yeah, it's just usually my life. It's like, oh, let's go raid this person. They're playing D&D, and they're like, hey, thanks, but we're done. It's like, no. Like, I still get the raid points, but no. Alrighty. Everybody have a good night. Say goodbye.
Good night.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.